Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly... Ooh, what am I going to be? Your Wrathful Master, your Glorious Master. One is self-serving, one is scary. I don't know. I guess I'll be your Grim and Perilous Master, because today we're going to be creating characters and setting up a campaign to play in the grim darkness of the far future using Cubicle 7's outstanding Warhammer 40K RPG, Wrath and Glory. And with me today are the stars of this campaign, this as yet unnamed campaign. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here, which tells who you are, and I guess we don't know who you're playing yet, so just who you are. First up is, I guess you know what we'll do? Who you are and what your favorite bit of 40K is. So first up is Sean.
Hey, let's see. My favorite bit, is that what you said?
Favorite bit of 40K, yeah.
Oh,
it's got to be the macro statue, doesn't it?
What was I thinking? I mean, I should have immediately gone there. What was I even thinking?
I think it's how he says equality.
That'll be backup. I'll go back up with that. But that'll be my let's see. Favorite bit is, I mean, I guess it's just the it's one of the primary hooks of the universe, the ridiculousness of anything goes because it's for the Empire, like you do just ridiculous things because and actually, a lot of it's true in the sense that, enemies on all sides and, danger is everywhere. True. So you get to do these, completely preposterous, power moves and don't worry about the citizenry. We're just all for the Emperor stuff. It's kind of fun. It's kind of a, it's an unusual position of the old movie, what was it? Old show 24, where, what would you do if New York's going to go up in a plume of smoke? What's allowed? That kind of so I think I don't know if that's my favorite, but I'm trying to come up with pure stereotypes that are, that, it's for the Emperor. And so, put your lack of faith away and, proceed apace kind of a, attitude's kind of fun.
Nice. Next up is Jeffrey.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff, and my favorite thing about Warhammer is playing the game with all of you guys.
Very nice.
Like Valentine's Day or something for gamers.
Next up is John.
Hey everyone, I'm John, and my first exposure to the whole Warhammer thing was that Rogue Trader game from Alcat, and I just absolutely loved how creepy as hell the warp is and the psychic abilities. That just sucked me right in.
Yeah,
I literally got into a fight in that game, and it felt like a horror movie because something went wrong.
Nice. Next up is Resident Armor Smith or Tech Marine or Adeptus Astartes. No, what is it? Adeptus Mechanicus.
Mechanicus?
Yeah. Dave!
It's funny? I really don't like the Adeptus. I don't like the Mechanicum that much. And I'm trying to read the Mechanicum book right now in the Horus Heresy, and it's just not pulling me. But I'm like, okay, I'll push through. But
it's body horror. Like, it gets me.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm just an Astartes fan. I'm sorry. I just like plain and simple the Space Marines, all their power armor and chainsword glory. Just that's my thing. And I'm leaning towards Dark Angels as my new favorite chapter, and I'm pretty excited about that. I've been reading about them. Lionel Johnson's pretty awesome, and just leave it there.
It's a great. There's this. I'm not sure if you've read his the backstory for him or whatever, but there's that novel, and then there's a novel of the Traitor. Dark Angel as well that came out. Both of them are really, really interesting.
Yeah, I read Descent of Angels, which is kind of like how things start on Caliban and the hunting of the great beasts and so forth. And then just finished Fallen Angels this week and yesterday.
Nice.
And I'm just like, no, Luther, don't. And, yeah.
Yeah.
So now there's a book about Luther that I got to pick up because it's
Good.
If it's overpriced.
It's really,
but,
really, really good. I really enjoy it. Well, I should say I really enjoyed it. I don't know how good it was, but I enjoyed the hell out of that one. That's
but Space Wolves are also pretty awesome, like Space Vikings. So I don't know, like that. I'm kind of torn there, but yeah.
Nice.
Knights, Vikings, nice Viking. Yeah, it's all good.
And last, but certainly not least, is James. Oh, and James has given us an excuse to toast Mo.
Muted.
Are you muted in the call, James, maybe? Or yeah, you're muted in the call.
You're in the call, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The team's
Oh, that is. Oh, okay.
There you go.
Nice.
To Mo.
My favorite bit is the Eisenhorn and Ravener series. That's what got me into it, and
That's a good call.
those two trilogies are
That's a good
my
call.
favourites. But especially that Ravener crosses over into a Grey Knight's book, bizarrely, from a minor character.
I haven't read those in so long.
That was really good. I like the way it twists from that.
Nice. Very nice.
Solid.
Well, I guess I'll go last. I got into, honestly, the reason I liked 40K in the first place was because the Rogue Trader book looked super cool. The original book for it looked awesome, and I was already into Warhammer. So the thing that has kept me coming back to it is I love a really fleshed out setting. Like I love a setting that's got a lot of depth that you can get into, and I had a huge gap between Rogue Trader and then getting into like around the time when the Fantasy Flight Fantasy Flight Games was still publishing their line of 40K books. So like there was so much stuff that was developed in that interim. I really, really enjoyed learning about the setting. So that's what I like about it.
Cool.
So guys, Wrath and Glory. Let's talk about what we're doing. So for those listening at home, we talked about this amongst the group offline. We're going to go through a little bit about the setting that we're going to be playing in, a little detail about the system that we're going to be playing in. The Wrath and Glory core book, and the vast majority of the supplements, because they just released something that is outside the Gilead system. Most of the source books focus on the Gilead system, which is where we're going to be playing our campaign. Then I'm going to talk about 4 potential patrons and frameworks or templates for the campaign. The game does a really nice job of giving these templates as ways of sort of organizing your campaign play. And then once we decided on that, we'll talk about what kind of characters you guys are going to play, and we're going to build the characters. For those at home, where the game has 6 tiers of play once you get to the Absolvers book, or Vow of Absolution book. We are playing at tier 2. You can play everything in this game from lowly hive gangs fighting one another all the way up to, Primarchs with phenomenal powers and whatnot. So there is an enormous amount of scope that you can have with this game. The templates, the tiers, and the ranks you're playing within that's sort of what grounds your game. So that's what we're going to start off determining. Let me forgot to check on the stream as well. We'll look at that, guys. We are streaming. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Okay, then let's start with talking about where we're going to play. So it is in the grim darkness of the far future. I will tell you that. And the setting is going to be after. So there's an event that occurred in the official canon where Cadia, this one planet that was a fixture in sort of a lot of the fiction for a long time, it fell. It was at the edge of this massive warp called the Eye of Terror. And when it fell, along with these Xenos kind of like things that held the rift in place, or the Eye of Terror in place, when those fell, it basically caused a rift to spread across half of the galaxy. So the galaxy is now split between two different places. Where we are playing is on the other side of where human space is. So the Gilead system is trapped, effectively. Let's talk about the Gilead system. I'm just going to read two bits of things about the Gilead system, and then we'll get into that, and so you have something fancy to look at here, guys.
So that means we are cut off from the macro statue.
There may be local macro statues. You will not be able to access the other macro statues. So, a history of the Gilead system. The first mention of the Gilead system in Imperial records is truly ancient. A single fragment of data transferred between aging cogitators a dozen times since it was first recorded. It dates to the 1st century of the 31st millennium, when the explorer fleet Suruoka of the Mechanicum of Mars claimed the barren planet closest to the sun of NNE 59021. They named it Avacris, and soon discovered the presence of non-imperial human societies on the fertile world of Ostia and the surprising industrial world of Primus. Surprisingly, not surprise world. It doesn't just appear out of nowhere. Though the initial recolonization efforts by Imperial forces seemed to go well in terms of construction and resource harvesting, several sects of humans native to system NNE 59021, as it was then known, proved recalcitrant. As the tech priests of the explorator fleet discovered and concealed evidence of long-forgotten yet highly advanced human technology and peculiar Xenos ruins, dissent fermented among the newly conquered populace. In the 10 millennia that have followed the Emperor's ascension to the Golden Throne, the system fell into obscurity, eventually becoming home to heretics and even corrupted space marines. In M34, a military effort to reclaim and purge the system was undertaken, named the Gilead Crusade for its leader, Saint Juliana Gilead. The crusade was successful, and for almost 6 millennia, the newly named Gilead system remained a staunch outpost of loyal Imperial citizens. This all changed with the coming of the Noctis Eterna, the days of blinding that saw the Emperor's light obscured across much of the galaxy. Triggered by a great outburst of power from an area of space known as the Eye of Terror, a great rift has split the galaxy in two, and Gilead is trapped within the roiling mass of chaos that divides them. The warp ripped through reality, with no ship able to penetrate its turbulent storms. It was only by expert navigation and, some say, incredible recklessness that the rogue trader Jackal Varonius was able to travel to the Gilead system, bringing with him news of the Imperium beyond the Great Rift. Less welcome was his claim to authority over the system, the cause of ongoing consternation. Only a third of the fleet survived the perilous journey, and few think that any could make it back out alive without similar or worse losses. The Gilead system remains isolated, though the Varonius flotilla, as it is known, has brought some relief. Along with material support, the denizens of the system have been assured that the wider Imperium has not entirely forgotten them, or that humanity still persists beyond the foul veil of demonic unreality. Not all have welcomed Varonius with open arms, however, as many planetary governors and military leaders in Gilead are loath to relinquish any authority to the rogue trader. There is strife even within the flotilla, and various factions struggle to bring their agenda to the forefront. The rogue trader's position is tenuous at best, as is the fate of the system as a whole. So let's talk about the Gilead system very quickly. The Gilead system comprises 8 worlds in orbit around a sickly yellow star. 6 of these planets are native to Gilead, reclaimed for the Imperium with Bolt and Blade millennia ago. 2 are intruders, a pair of ominous rogue planets spat up by the whims of Cicatrix Maledictum, a collection of notable moons, a handful of void stations, and of late, the arrival of the Veronius flotilla completes the mix. So first up, closest to the sickly yellow sun, is Avacaris, the Forge World, a barren rock of vast mineral wealth wreathed in storms of toxic clouds and corrosive acid rain. Avacaris is locked in close orbit to the Gilead star. Tidal forces keep one side of Avacaris facing the system's sun, its blazing heat reducing simple metals to slag in seconds, while the other side is bound in perpetual night. Beneath the surface of Avacaris, billions toil for the Adeptus Mechanicus in vast factory cities, each subterranean metropolis utterly dedicated to the production and maintenance of holy machinery. Next up is Nethrius, the Night World, with a K. Nethrius is a tectonic nightmare of a world. Volcanoes spit fire and ash into the sky with unrelenting fury, and earthquakes ripple across the broken surface of the second planet out from the system's star. Temperatures burn hot, but humanity survives on the surface of this hostile rock. Megafauna fly, stalk, and burrow across Nethrius like nightmare beasts risen from mythologies of old Earth. So yes, Nethrius is the kaiju planet. The planet was gifted to the Night House Ocasta, a noble family that can trace its lineage back through the millennia and charged with operating the enormous walking engines of war known as Imperial Knights. Though powerful weapons of war, the Knights are almost all deployed to defend Imperial bastions on Nethrius from the grotesque native creatures and hellish Xenos invaders. Next up is Ostia, the Agri world. A verdant green jewel in the void, the verdant surface of Ostia. They use verdant in the same sentence there. I did not stutter. They described it as verdant. So if you want to know how verdant it is, it's very verdant, guys. Ostia is very verdant. The verdant surface of Ostia is given over entirely to immense factory farms capable of producing tons of edible goods each day. The farms, some say, are verdant. Varied biomes provide bountiful crops and stunning vistas, but the majority of the uneducated populace have little time to enjoy them. Ostia is ruled by the ruthless efficiency of the administratum, who ensure that no moment the populace could be laboring to provide food for their betters is wasted. So vital are Ostia's food shipments that the world is ringed by a great battery of devastating orbital weaponry known as the Crown of Blades. Next up is Enoch, the Shrine World. Claimed by the Adeptus Ministorum during the Gilead Crusade, Enoch was transformed by the Imperial cult from an impoverished heretic planet to a shining beacon of faith in the Emperor. No mention of how verdant it is, guys. I'm sorry. Land suitable for building has been covered in skyscraping cathedrals, and towering cliffs have been carved into colossal likenesses of saints that almost sound, Sean, like if you went to the surface of Enoch, you might see
the macro statue.
Macro statues, even. At the center of worship in the Gilead system, as the center of worship in the Gilead system, Enoch is a wealthy world frequently a major destination for pilgrimage. The priests trained here often come to possess a great deal of influence and power, often bringing Enoch into conflict with the authorities of other worlds in Gilead. Next up is Gilead Primus, the Hive World. The capital planet of the Gilead system is a spent and irradiated rock utterly scoured for resources over millennia of toxin-producing industrial activity. Its population of 16 billion or more is spread across 9 colossal hives separated by exhausted wasteland. Each hive is a towering urban construction of several cities packed one on top of the other, the tallest spires often scraping the very edge of the void. Next up, Charybdon, the ocean world. Over 90% of Charybdion's surface is covered by frigid, rolling oceans. Like Gilead Primus, it is a hive world with titanic city spires clinging desperately to what little land is available. Charybdion's relatively distant orbit means that it is not counted among Gilead's heart worlds. Despite sizable promethium deposits, its governor wields very little external influence. And then finally, the membrane worlds. The worlds recently vomited forth from the Cicatrix Maledictum have been dubbed Trollius and Valkyrius. Valkyris. Each has its own particular perils, but they are off limits to most. And as such, you will be starting our campaign with limited knowledge of those distant, cold, and cursed places. So that is our setting. That is the circumstances of the Gilead system. Our campaign will take place somewhere in there, and we're going to frame it in the service of one patron. The game gives a shit ton of different patrons. The ones I thought, I've got 3 that are, okay, I've got 1 that is like the strongest candidate. I've got 2 that are, I think, good candidates. And I got 1 that's like, I'll throw it out there and see what you guys think. We're going to kind of do it in that order as well, because that sort of makes the most sense. So, for those listening at home, what I suggested the players do is each pick kind of 3 archetypes, because as you'll see in a moment, when you build characters, you'll be using archetypes as a starting point for developing your character. Pick 3 archetypes that seem interesting to you within the tier range that we're going to be playing in, and then we'll figure out what, which ones sort of fit together for the purpose of this. The first idea is obviously Rogue Trader Veronius, because he is both the person with the most power and the most other parties that are adverse to him. It gives the campaign, using him as a patron, would give the campaign, for one, an ability to face off against pretty much anything else in the campaign as potential adversaries. An enormous amount of types of characters you could play in it. Really, like, no chaos is one of the only restrictions. No orcs is one of the restrictions. Otherwise, there's pretty much anything. You can even play Eldari. There is a craft world in the system that has crashed into one of those planets that was disgorged. And there are Eldari privateers in this asteroid belt kind of thing that is in the system as well. So you can play Eldari, for instance, in the game. You just have to be subtle about it. So Rogue Trader Veronius, the 2 frameworks for him. So I guess here's the things. The setup for him would be Agents of the Flotilla. And he's got a bunch of different groups that are working with a flotilla or have allied themselves, whether temporarily or long-term, with a flotilla. The 2 frameworks for this are, one is Veronius's Vanguard. So it'll be volunteers, mercenaries, conscripts of the Veronius flotilla. You are a discrete problem-solving force. Though usually sent to the fringes of the Gilead system to find allies or resources, you may be called to the Heart Worlds with a problem when a problem confounds local authorities, or the flotilla has special interest in the proceedings on certain worlds. This is the most troubleshooting one. This gives us the widest scope of other characters and the widest possibility of types of adventures and whatnot that you would be taking part in. Any character with the Imperium keyword and possibly an Eldari mercenary. I'll also extend the core rule did not have rules for things like Kroot or Ogren or Ratlings, which are in some of the books we're going to use for this, so you could also play them. That's the setup for that. You'd be troubleshooters for the Rogue Trader and the flotilla itself. Next one for him is the Deniables. Desperate souls fighting for a desperate cause, the flotilla employs you to do their dirty work. Battling under hive gangs, eliminating political rivals, protecting secret interests, or ferrying clandestine messages. Veronius's authority affords many methods to ensure he has plausible deniability to your group, not least the remote-controlled frag grenades he may have implanted in your limbs. So this is kind of a Dirty Dozen setup for it, where you guys would be the doers of dirty deeds for the flotilla, but it would be less at your leisure. It also could open the door for more possibilities. There's no limitations on characters. This is where you could be an orc, you could be a whatever, like whatever you want to play. This would fit in here because you're sort of forced to act for the flotilla. So that's Rogue Trader Jackal Veronius. The next one I thought would be potentially interesting is his navigator, Novator Octavia Omnicara. Hers is if you want to lean into absolutely ruthless, like kind of a ruthless character you want to play for. So Agents of the Navigators would be the overall idea for playing them. Your job would be to be serving the interests of the Navigator's house, not necessarily the flotilla, not necessarily the system. You'd be serving one house. The two options, are the first framework is in plain sight. You are respectable vassals and allies of House Omnicara, undertaking myriad visible tasks for Lady Octavia. Your missions often take you to the outskirts of the system as navigators begin the long, arduous, and dangerous task of studying the Great Rift or attempting to map the Straits of Andraste. Straits of Andraste is the path they follow to get in here. You might be called upon to serve for a lengthy term in the retinue of House Omnicara Navigator as bodyguards, advisors, or diplomats. Your personal reputations are as important as your work, as your every action reflects on the Navis Nobilite. This would be if you want to play where you're getting involved in the politics of the system. So not just doing problem solving, this is getting to the meat of the politics of the different factions that are in here. You also would have a clear person that you are serving, so you can gauge what is good and what is bad by how it advances the interest of the house and contrasts about your character's individual values. The limitation with this, you got to have the Imperium keyword, which means no non-humans. Otherwise, you're pretty much good to go. The other option for her, the other framework, is Third Eye, Blind. Unseen and unacknowledged, you perform the tasks that would sully the hands of Omnicara navigators and scandalize the system. Espionage, sabotage, and wet work are your trade, and your targets range from the heights of Imperial society to the heretics of the Voidmire. You are as likely to steal secrets and technology from rivals as to safeguard House Omnicara's secrets. Your missions often have you silencing critics of the house or those who dismiss the importance of navigators in the Imperium Nihilus. The Novator expects your utter loyalty and any sacrifice necessary to complete your tasks. Very similar to the second option for Veronius. This is, however, voluntary. You don't have a bomb in your body to ensure compliance. You still would have to be human, and this one does have tier 3 or above, but I mean, we would be playing up towards that. The advantage to this one is that you do have access to greater resources from the house because of the importance you play in it. It would be playing more of a ruthless group, but you also might be undertaking more independent tasks and less role-playing stuff, more actual mission-based kind of stuff. So that's that. Next is Brevet Captain Akahir, which is, I think I put these in the order they are in the books. Here we go. So he is the captain among the Absolvers chapter of the Astartes. The Absolvers chapter are one of those like late founding groups of, I mean, they've been made up for the purpose of the RPG, but the in-world fiction for them is that they have lost their leaders. So, like, their leaders, I can't remember what the precise thing is, but they went out and they've all gone missing. And Brevet Captain, apparently, he returned with them, not knowing that they were all missing, but knowing that they had been contacted by them. The leaders apparently helped them get through the, what do you call it, the Andraste route, or whatever it was called. So there's a persisting mystery relating to the Absolvers. They don't know what of the original chapters that they derive from, so they don't know where their gene seed came from. And there are two different frameworks for him. One of them, they would be agents of the Astartes captain. One of them is eye, ear, and blade. To uncover hidden threats among the Imperial Society in Gilead, Captain Akahir relies on trusted humans, sometimes led by a Space Marine scout, and as such, a group, your missions would focus on gathering intelligence and completing covert tasks, and fighting desperately when there is no time to wait for Astartes reinforcements. So you must be human. You need to have the Imperium tag, but otherwise you're not restricted. This particular group, the Eye, Ear, and Blade, is recognizing the limited resources in the circumstances of the Gilead system. You can play, one or more scouts in this, but the group does not have to have any of them in it, nor does it have to have most of them in it. You are just agents who are acting for the Absolvers for whatever your reason for that is. The other option with them is Angels of Death. As proven agents of Captain Akahir, you are regularly dispatched into war zones and other deadly locales to accomplish the missions no one else can. Akahir expects victory no matter the odds, even if you must sacrifice your body or life to achieve it. Whether you are Astartes or one of the rare mortals skilled enough to fight alongside the Space Marines, few in Gilead are equal to you in war. Your missions are essentially special operations in which Akahir tasks you with some vital objective on the battlefield, behind enemy lines, or in the most deadly environments in Gilead. You take the fight to the Xenos and Traders of the Reach and the Voidmire and turn the tides in battle on Gilead's world. This one does require, I believe, half the group to be Space Marines, Astartes of some kind or another, and again, all must be human. So really, if you want to play, AirSats or like Temu Deathwatch, this is what you would want to play. And then the final one, I only have one option for her because the other one, there's fucking no way that we're going to play that one. Fairy Anweir, the Emerald Princess. She is the mistress and the leader of the Eldari pirate fleet in the Gilead system. The framework would be a motley crew. Perhaps you were the sole survivor of a ship that fell into the Green Steel Warriors, held your own against the Chaos Onslaught, or simply said the right thing to a mysterious stranger in a Voidport watering hole. One way or another, you've impressed, or at least intrigued, the Emerald Princess Fairy Anweir, and now find yourself working for her. Your diverse group performs tasks independently of the bulk of the Corsair fleet. The missions are often rather bizarre, and the reasons for them seem unclear. At times, they seem almost designed to test your abilities and limits rather than to achieve any real benefit for the Green Steel Warriors. The only limitation for this group is not being Chaos. So long as you're not Chaos, this one, the reason I wanted to suggest it is because if you want to be outside of the Imperial Society and not be bound by the strictures of any of the other things that we've talked about, whether it be the operating in the Imperial space or whether it be serving some master in some way, this is going to be the most unusual one. So the last one is a motley crew. Our options, again, Veronius's Vanguard, the Deniables, In Plain Sight, Third Eye, Blind, Eye, Ear, and Blade, Angels of Death, and a motley crew. Which of those, guys, sounds of interest to you? I'm going to let you guys chat this over for a bit now. Which ones sound cool, that would fit with the concepts or the archetypes you guys have picked, which definitely will not fit with any of the archetypes you would pick? What do you think, guys?
I definitely don't want to do anything with Omnicara. That that sounds way too crazy.
Okay.
I do like Akahir, the eyes, ears, and blades. I think you said.
Eye, ear, and blade would be like the potentially non-Astartes agents of the Absolvers chapter.
I like him, and then the flotilla option for Baronius. But Molly Crew sounds good too. I mean,
I think the first one gives us the most options.
Veronius' Vanguard for sure.
Yeah.
It also gives you the least distinct flavor. What do you guys think? Dave, Jeff, Sean?
I want to play a non-imperial, so I'm open to any choices that allow me to not be an imperial character. So
okay, so that would be so that would rule Akahir out, and that's really it. The other ones do have non-imperial options.
Yeah, so if you guys want to play Veronius' Vanguard and I can be an orc, then cool.
I think non-orc is one of the ones for Veronius' Vanguard. It's non-chaos, non-orc.
yeah.
Yeah, you can't play an Eldari. You just can't play. Let me double check that. I'll double check.
I think you did say that.
Yeah, you did.
I think you said they had to be.
Orcs are really weird to be in a group with humans. Right?
I mean, the
From the law.
Rogue Trader has an option for playing orcs in it. You know, so it's not unprecedented for 40K RPGs.
Is there I was looking in the Church of Steel. Is there I don't know, kind of like a construct type, almost like a Devastator, but like something where you're a soul trapped in a metal suit of armor kind of thing?
Well, one of the ones out of the Skitarii, out of the core book, that's very. If it's not in the core book, it's in Redacted Records.
Skitarii is the Mechanicum soldier.
Yeah, like basically you're like a robot kill machine. Basically, you're. Let me see if it's.
I had three ideas of what I wanted to play. Either
the Wraith construct?
No, Wraith Construct was an Eldari thing.
I'm okay playing an Eldari.
Not like a Skitarius I'm thinking of. I know which one you're thinking of here, Dave. I think it's in Redacted Records 2. So sorry, Jeff, Sean, any of these particularly jump out at you or seem inappropriate for what you want to play?
I guess either, some of the attraction of Veronius' Vanguard is the versatility. Otherwise, I mean, I kind of like the undergirth feel of Deniables and Third Eye Blind, and the edgy ones have that going for them.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Jeff?
I mean, my plan is to just, pick a character that fits with the party. I don't have anything that I'm really excited about, or set on, I should say.
What about the setups for the campaign? Do you have any thoughts on?
I mean, I'd like to pick the one that lets people play the characters that they're the most excited to play. I think the other players having the most fun with the setting is what I'm after.
Yeah.
And so I can have fun doing they all sounded fun to me. I can fit in anywhere.
I should rephrase the Omnicara. I'm not against playing it, but the character ideas I had do not fit with that.
Yeah, and that's fair, and that's why I'm saying that I don't want to choose that one necessarily.
I could make something to go there. So.
Well, no, like if you've got, with the intent of discuss this over to find that Venn diagram center, where we can find what fits with everybody. So it sounds like the Novator is out, and it sounds like Akahir is out, because both of those will rule out certain characters. So we're talking between the Rogue Trader and Ferry Anweir.
Okay.
Okay.
Which of the... Do you have a preference? James, I'm going to guess you don't want to be serving a Eldari pirate. Is that right?
I just think it just makes a lot of characters difficult. Well, anything in theory you could do, but it's difficult to square.
Well, no, that's not correct. What it is that there might be characters that you want to play that will not fit with that. That's all. And if that's the case, then that rules Fairy Anweir out. What
are the restrictions on hers? There's no chaos?
There's none. No, but the thing is that what James, I think, is speaking to is that, like, it would be difficult to justify why, say, a Sister of Battle is serving Fairy Anweir. It's not impossible, but it's not the thing that fits as naturally as, say, like, serving the Rogue Trader.
Right.
Is that what you're getting at, James?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So do we think Fairy Anweir is out then?
What are the restrictions on the Vanguard?
On Veronius, there are 2 character options, or 2 templates.
I think the second one was less restricted than the
second one is less
one.
restrictive. You do have a frag grenade in your body somewhere. So the one is...
Deniables.
Yeah, the deniables. Then you definitely could play an orc. But you're playing an orc who is complying because they're going to blow you the fuck up otherwise.
I mean, deniables gives us that's a overused word in this context, a higher degree of character of the of our assignment, but with no limitations.
Yeah,
it gives us a specific flavorful, there's a better word, gives us a flavorful backdrop, but no limitations on characters.
It gives no limitations on characters. It gives a lot more limitations on agency. Over setting the course of how you're doing things. It'll also mean that there will be more pointed missions likely violent and whatnot missions than what you do. The game is an action RPG. It's marketed as such now, so like that's playing to what the game is supposed to be good at. And there's definitely role-playing stuff that can go on within that too, right? Even trying to find ways to get yourself out of your servitude would be interesting stuff to see explored over the course of the story. But it would mean that you don't have as much agency and possibility of setting up, you wouldn't be making plans for yourself. You would be sent on missions, which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
And why you are in the penal battalion.
Exactly.
It's going to be your question.
Yeah, and that would actually be kind of interesting too. Then that gets around the issue of like, well, why is X character with this? The 40K universe is a manifestly unfair place, so there's plenty of room for innocent people to have been forced into this shit by virtue of corruption or misunderstanding or whatever the hell. You don't necessarily need to play a bad person to be in that role. You just need to, have had something shitty happen to you to put yourself in that position.
What were the character limitations of In Plain Sight? That was
In Plain Sight is with Omnicara, and that one's been ruled out.
I see. So we only have Rogue Trader. Is
really,
that right?
it's down to Rogue Trader. Okay. So it's that's the one that fits what everybody wants to play.
I mean, if people really want to play in the ferry and the pirate thing, go for it. But...
And with Fairy Anweir too, that is not to say that your character is necessarily loyal to her either. So the campaign with Fairy Anweir as the patron is going to be the least like any of the games we've played thus far. You will not have a command structure. You'll be sent on oddball missions. You may be serving all sorts of different things. You're also likely to be very much on your own. Just like the Penal Battalion, there's all sorts of circumstances that may cause you to be there. The isolation of the Gilead system means everybody is paranoid. The things that are coming from the 2 rogue planets are fucking awful. To say nothing of all the other problems we talked a little bit before we went live too. One of the things that is a problem, not only in the post sort of Rift galaxy, but particularly in Gilead, is that normally there is a black ship that comes in and picks up all the psychers and trots them out of the fucking the system, so you don't have to worry about them. That doesn't happen. So you've got a lot more uncontrolled psychers out here. So all of that is to say, there may be secret reasons why your characters may be working with Fairy Anweir. She may know that, she may not. So there's a lot more to that game, but it also means that you're playing kind of on your own within the context of the 40K world. So the three options, the restrictions you were asking about, the other two ones. Let me just quickly get back to that. Well, if we've got down to at least 3 things here, let's talk about what kind of characters maybe, because that might help, put a sharper point on which of these is the best fit. So James, you're the one who actually shared what you wanted to play. What are the 4 ideas you had in mind?
I think from memory it was the Sister of Battle, a Psyker, Tempestus, Scion, and Mechanicus.
Okay.
Off the top of my head.
It wasn't Mechanicus. It was
Scutarius?
not a Scutari.
No.
It was the, what do you call it? The soldier
Priest.
one.
Was it?
Yeah, Tempestus Scion.
Yeah, Tempestus Scion, but I thought the 4th one was
what's that?
Mechanicus, or maybe I just did
Yeah,
the
no,
3.
could be. I just could be remembering. Let's see. Oh yeah, Tech Priest. Yep. So that's what James wants. Who else has got their options to share? I'm looking at everyone other than Jeff.
I was thinking about a battle sister, also a psyker, the tech priest, and I don't know, maybe Adeptus Astartes.
Okay. Dave, Sean, do you guys have archetypes you had in mind?
And those are like in order of preference, but
Okay.
I was thinking Orc Commando, Eldar Ranger, and maybe an Astra Militarum, but that would kind of be my last choice.
Okay.
If we were playing like a, something Imperial.
You're thinking that like that Tempestus Scion?
Sorry?
You were thinking the Tempestus Scion? I think that's the one who's the Militarum
Yeah.
archetype. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's also the Imperial Commissar. I don't know if we can level them down.
Yeah, if you scale it down to a Commissar, would be an interesting choice. They are everyone you hate who is a tattletale at work. That is their shtick. So it might fit if you guys are playing the what do you call it, the deniables. What about you, Sean? Do you have some archetypes that you were kicking around?
Let's see. I guess I would say, Psyker, Sister of Battle, Scutarius, and Death Cult Assassin.
Okay. Are you guys looking only in the core book? Because remember, there are other options in the Redacted Records books, in the Church of Steel, and in the Forsaken System Guide, I think, has some as well.
Yeah, there's a tech adept I was looking for in there, but
Yeah, and then there's, of course, the Eldari book and the Vow of Absolution book as well.
I looked in the Church of Steel, and that's where I was looking at the Sheen Spirit and whether or not there was I was trying to find something that we were talking about.
Yeah, I'm trying to find where that was. It's in the Forsaken System Guide. The Sicarian Infiltrator. It's a tier 3 thing, but we could scale it down. This is that thing.
yeah.
Cool.
And then at tier 2.
Which book is that in?
That is in Forsaken System
Forsaken
Player's
System.
Guide.
Okay.
Sorry, Sean, did you say which archetypes you were interested in? Did I miss that?
I'm checking these extra books. Let's see, but
Oh.
the ones I said were Psyker, Sister Battle, Scutarius, and Death Cult Assassin.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Jeff, in hearing what everyone else's sort of range is there anything that stands out to you?
I like all of the ones they've said so far.
Okay.
I also,
So what
I
is?
also think the Desperado sounds interesting.
Oh, nice. So here's what I'm hearing as the first options for everyone. We've got Sister of Battle for both James and John. We've got a Psyker.
Sean, he said that.
Yeah, I did too.
Who did too?
Sean.
I thought you said Psyker was your number one.
I'm sorry. You're going for number one. I wasn't actually putting them in order.
What would be your number one out of those?
I guess Psyker.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
So Psyker, Two Sisters Battle. Dave, forgive me. What was your number one?
The
Orc Commando. And then, so with that, if that was the group we went with, it's the Deniables or Motley Crue. I'm not saying we have to say that way, but
I kind of like the Deniables. I can think of a few reasons why a Battle Angel, if I was playing one, would end up there.
Yeah.
Forcefully, in that fact.
okay.
I have an idea.
What are the rest of you guys? How does that? I guess first off, does that not appeal to anybody? Because if that just flat out does not sound like a fun campaign structure, then we should just take it off the page. If it,
we can.
That's the one with everybody with a grenade inside of them?
correct.
Okay.
Sounds fun.
I'm not against that, but if anyone is, I would understand. And
I could change.
Yeah, like it's not an issue. I wanted to make sure we included as many options as we could go for, and then start whittling down to where we want to be playing.
It gives like greater reason to focus on Medica and like tech stuff, so we can eventually get these things out of us without blowing ourselves up.
Yeah, I'm good with either. I can't. I'm having a hard time coming up between a preference of the two. I think I'd be fine with either. They both have a little bit different, interesting take.
Anyone have strong preferences between having the grenade inside them and serving the rogue trader, or having to come up with a reason for why you are in service to the Emerald Princess?
Could go either way.
Yeah, I'm fine with either. And now that you've given me another book, I've seen some other ideas. I'm like, because you mentioned a rattling earlier, and I'm like, what's that? And then I'm like, now I'm looking, I'm like, oh, rattling sniper. That looks kind of cool.
Sniper hobbits is what a rattling is.
And Ogren are like, what are Ogren?
Ogren are giant abhumans. They're basically ogres. If you've seen the video or like any of the gameplay from Darktide, the Ogren are the giant fucking monster things that you can play.
Oh, I could be an Ogren detective.
It would be challenging to be an Ogre detective because I believe they are quite fucking stupid.
He thinks he's solving everything.
So
you just solve everything with a machine gun.
Sorry, which book is that, Kev, that has those
Ogre,
races?
that is in Forsaken System Player's Guide.
Oh, yeah, the one I just opened. Okay.
Yeah. That also has things like an interrogator, Crute mercenary.
They come with an ability called Let It Rip, Jeff. Your approach to combat is simple, direct, and expends plenty of ammunition.
That is the Ogren warrior. So,
I mean, that would be funny.
So of those things, we've got the only thing that serving the Rogue Trader as the Varonis' Vanguard, which would give you a little more role-playing stuff and more agency, is that you can't play an orc.
Is just specifically no orcs.
No orcs, no chaos. You
So
can
you
play an
the-
Eldari. You can play any of the other factions. The only
is
one that is
chaos?
non.
Like, that's like the Eldari are the Chaos?
No, the chaos is chaos. The Eldari are Eldari. Eldari are space elves. Chaos
Right.
are servants of the ruinous power.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Chaos Marines are all rooted in evil, essentially.
Yep. You mean awesome, but I mean, I get it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
easy to
I get that
misunderstand
confused.
those two.
Easy to misunderstand those two.
There we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know what? If you guys want to do that, I can easily drop orc because there's a bunch of other cool options here: a rattling or a crute or.
So
Wait, Kev, are those the ones that eat the things?
Yep. Yeah.
I remember we encountered those already.
You encountered the Crute in our Rogue Trader campaign, correct?
Yeah, I remember those guys. Are they like what they eat is what they become or something?
They are prone to mutation. Like not super fast or anything like that, but they do.
They're darn cool too. They look like kind of like Predator.
Yeah, I can see that. So
a little bit. This picture does anyway.
We'd have to scale them up, but like the Crute ability, the adaptive loyalty, you gained any faction keyword, which should be substituted for the faction that currently commands your allegiance. Oh, so you know what? Like all those things that require the Imperium keyword, a Crute can have the Imperium keyword.
Oh,
That's great.
So you can serve, which means if you guys did want to do that ear and blade thing, serving the Space Marines, that would be open to you again, because that just requires everyone have the Imperium code word. It doesn't say non-Xenos.
Oh, so like even a rattling sniper uses keyword Imperium and Astra Militarium.
Yep.
So
Absolutely. Most of the ones you guys have mentioned, they all have the Imperium. Anything that's human generally will have the Imperium thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if that opens up back here, I'd like that more than this. What is it?
Well, if John's the only one who mentioned playing a Astartes, if you could play a Scout Astartes as being like the Space Marine version of that, and that way we wouldn't have two of you guys playing Sisters of Battle.
Yeah. I know.
James, which one? If Sisters of Battle is I know you're reading the books as well right now, so assuming that's
we don't need. Don't have to be a Sister of Battle. You.
Well, I was going to say, if that is what you want to play, or if you do want to play something that does have unquestioned loyalty to the Imperium, that is one way to go about doing that, right? Is by playing, you would be freely acting in the interest of the Imperium, serving as Veronis' Vanguard, or serving as that eye-ear blade for Akahir. Who doesn't want to serve Akahir? So
I'm cool with that. He's pretty cool.
Oh, I thought you were being joking.
Well, I know it's Dave digs the Space Marines as well too. He listed it as one of the things he loves about the game. So I guess why don't we do this, guys? Assuming Akahir is open, assuming that we're going to not be playing any orcs and not any chaos, why doesn't everyone put their top pick for the idea? We've got Veronis' Vanguard, the Deniables, Eye, Ear, and Blade, and then a motley crew. Put your top one in, hold off hitting enter until everyone has theirs ready, and then we'll hit enter at the same time.
Is a Primaris Reaver available?
Primaris is tier 2 you need to be, so.
Oh, these are tier 4. Okay, yeah, sorry, you can't.
That's good. That wouldn't be too difficult to scale down. You're like an anemic,
I'm like a
ton of failed imprints.
Badly wounded and unable to heal.
Does everyone have their top pick for patron or for template in the thing? Give me a thumbs up when you're ready to go.
Okay.
I don't know what my top pick is.
Okay.
Everyone thumbs up. Jeff, your thumbs up.
No, Kevin.
A lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure.
A lot of
Roll dice.
It doesn't have to be unanimous.
It has to be unanimous, Dave. Come on.
I'm gonna pick the one that I don't think anyone's picked.
I'm gonna smack Sean with my chainmail glove.
Okay, then guys, it looks like everyone's in. Hit enter. Okay, we have 2 for the princess, 1 for the 2 for the Space Marine and 1 for Vanguard, but all are fine. So, Space Marine, and so then, James, you said all are fine. Would you be okay serving the, what do you call it? The Space Marines?
Sure.
And
Sure. Yeah, I'm okay
Sean,
with that one.
are you okay serving Space Marines?
Sure.
Okay.
And
One
I
thing-
was thinking eye, ear, and blade, just like John. So
Yeah. So one of the things
Wait, can I eat the Space Marines if I'm a recruit?
you can serve the Space Marines. Yes.
If they fall in battle,
As long as you don't eat their gene seed, you should be fine.
Yeah. So then the other thing to mention, to bear in mind, is that though you're acting for the Space Marines, remember the circumstances that everyone is in the Gilead system. This is not the normal operating, protocol and whatnot within the Imperium. Everybody is desperate for resources. Everyone is operating with very imperfect information, and each of these has some sort of like pressing mystery or problem bearing down on them. You guys cool with one of the things that we're going to probably be dealing with in this is the mystery of the purifiers. That sounds like an interesting overarching thing to be looking into.
yep.
Okay.
Sure.
Then, if you're going to serve the brevet captain, let me tell you what you get from that template. Is okay. As his eye, ear, and blade, you will all have the Imperium keyword, at least. You will all get a Vox bead individually, and you all get 1 bonus dice on resolve tests. So that's what you would get from the framework.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Then, if that is what we are serving, let me move everybody else out of the way here. Let's talk about what archetypes that you want to play then. So if you're going to be playing effectively like a troubleshooting squad for the chapter, what do you call it? Chapter captain? No, what is it called? Chapter head? Who's the head of a chapter? Not a Primarch.
Chapter Master.
Chapter master. Okay. So if you're playing the chapter or in service to the chapter master, and incidentally, he's also come back here, so there's potentially friction between the purifiers who were here and him coming back. You guys coming back, which of the archetypes seems like the most fun for you to play? Why don't you put that in chat whenever you're ready? We don't need to do the hold off till everyone hits enter. If there's one archetype that really stands out to you that would seem fun to play, put that one in.
okay, Kev. If I did play a recruit,
Yep.
do I still pick one of the archetypes? Is that how that works?
No, the archetype is the crew
Crew?
mercenary.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Page 119.
Which 119 is the
Okay.
actual thing? Okay.
And it says for
Oh.
maybe put what book you're looking at too, guys, just because that'll save me a lot of flipping around. I have all of them here, but if it's in the core book or if it's something else, let me know.
If it's level 1, if it's tier 1, is that not good?
If we end up having everybody at tier 1, then we'll just play a tier 1 game. We'll start at tier 1 and then we'll go up. The only requirement for him is that you start at tier 1. If there is one at tier 2, that fits. That's better, but a tier 1 is easier to scale up to tier 2 than a tier 3 is to scale down.
Okay.
There's I think some ascension rules you can use to bump yourself up a tier.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of doing.
Okay. Oh, is there not a tier 2 one that would be...
Yes, but I kind of want to use the ascension rules to bump up a tier.
You know what, John? It's our first time playing. Why don't you just pick an archetype at tier 2? Is there a
easier.
material difference between... The only thing that would be different, really, is the archetype ability.
So
Yeah,
easier to just pick a tier 2 then?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, what I was looking at was the psychic revelations, like have a battle sister that was forcefully made a psyker, and that made her tier 2.
Let's just pick an archetype.
I'm gonna have to think on it.
Okay. Because that will also dictate what. One thing to think of is what your thematic spotlight's going to be for your particular archetype.
Right.
And we got Church of Steel, Forsaken System Player's Guide, CRB,
Yep.
Redacted Records.
Redacted Records 1 and 2,
Okay.
Vow of Absolution, and the Eldari Inheritance of Embers. Although you need to be Imperium, so you can't be an Eldari. Crude is an exception because you can play that.
Hey, James, if you want to be the Sister of Battle tier 2, I can pick something else.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
What are you thinking then, James?
I'll just go with this.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
There it is. Gotcha.
I mean, I'll go for a Space Marine Scoutify.
Okay. I think there's an updated version in Vow of Absolution, John. There's one in the core book as well, but the updated one takes advantage of all the...
I don't have that book. Oh, there it is. Hold on.
Okay. I actually don't know whether there's any specific difference, but I know that they gave a bunch of different gear and stuff like that in the Vow of Absolution.
Yeah, the gear is different.
Oh, okay. You're free to use either.
So our limit is keyword Imperium, correct?
The limit is just keyword Imperium, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. James and
What are you
Dave have
thinking,
choices.
Jeff?
Oh, I don't know. I was waiting to see what our party was consistent of to pick something that I
I'm
can.
gonna double check the Sister of Battle. I might still do that one.
Okay.
I was. Okay, that.
So, it's on page 99? Or is that what you're picking, James?
Well, I saw that. I saw that John was going Hospitaller, which was different, and then Space Marine. So I thought I misunderstood.
That was in the backwards order. That's why I said if you wanted her, you can play her.
Yeah, I'll do Sister of Battle then.
Okay.
Okay.
Tempestuous are a bit grim.
Okay. So James is going to play a Sister of Battle. Who else has their archetype selected?
Dave has so many selected, he's not sure.
How did you know?
Do I know?
I think I have the same book open up twice, which is confusing me. So I'm like,
Okay, well, why don't I just pick then?
Yeah.
okay.
Sean, what are you thinking of taking?
Probably a Psyker.
I saw that psychic.
Okay.
The Psyker rules in this are quite fun. So if you're playing a sanctioned Psyker...
In
Okay.
that case, if he's going...
I couldn't be a psycho when Sean was around. I could see the waves of psychic energy going around.
Come on now. I had a number of possibilities. I did.
Okay.
Death Cult Assassin was rattling around in my brain. It was a possibility.
There you go.
Okay. So if somebody's playing
There
a
you
Psyker
go.
and then a Sister of Battle, then I would go...
Okay, so what do we got so far? We've got Sister of Battle, a Psyker,
And I'm going to
Death
go with the
Cult.
Machine Gods.
Okay.
Death Cult
Death is
Assassin.
Mechanicus.
Very full lobotomized.
Is the only Psyker the CRB one? I think it is. Am I wrong?
Yeah, it's only one at tier 2.
Okay.
There's a librarian at tier 3 or 4.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but
Sounds good.
So no one's chose Ogren Warrior?
no one chose Ogre and Warrior. So
What's going on?
here's
No
what we've
Ogre?
got coming together so far, guys. We do a Sister Battle is a little different. Oh no, we don't have a Tempesta Scion. So we've got Sister Battle, who's going to have fighty and faith stuff. We got a Psyker, who's going to have Psyker stuff. We got a Death Cult Assassin, who's going to do sneaky, killy stuff. Is that right?
So you don't have a tank? Like Sister Battle is fighter, but not tanky. Right?
Guitarist is techie and
Pretty
medic.
tanky.
He's pretty tanky in power armor.
The Skitarist
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
more of a
power.
fighty thing than he is. Like he's not a tech priest. Your
Okay.
tech is quite high, but like if you look at your special ability, the archetype ability is relating to combat.
Yeah, that's okay. I got
Okay.
some more experience to throw around. So
Don't the Sister of Battle wear like power armor?
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
power.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. Warrior monk. So we don't have a Tempestus Scion? Astra Militarum?
Do not have a Tempesta Scion.
I could do that. Yeah, and then we don't have a big
So then-
Ogren running around.
Thinking of the things that you will be undertaking as missions, who's your chatty guy?
Who is our chatty person?
skill would that be?
That'll be your
the
fellowship.
I mean,
Fellowship. Okay.
how's the Hospitaller at Fellowship? No?
Not the robot guy.
The robot guy least.
Wow, I have a fellowship of 1? Yeah.
So me too.
It's fine.
Oh, I
It
see.
will just dictate what potential resolutions you guys will have to things.
Yeah, we kill shit, Kev. We don't talk to it.
I know. And with this group, oddly, the Psyker seems to be the most face, which is trouble right there.
I love it. I do kind of love that.
The reason I want to bring it to attention is it's fine if we play a fighty group.
Yeah.
One of the comments about the Deathwatch game is that it was just combat. So
Right.
unless you want this game to be like that as well, having some depth of ability wouldn't necessarily go askance.
So what are we
Remind-
talking then? Like a rogue trader type character?
Sister Battle's got a fellowship of 2. No, Dave, it's not to say you have to play one like that. It's just that again, we can play whatever kind of campaign we want to play. I just want to caution that in the same way, like you got to get a healer in PF2. If you don't have a talkie person, you can't be surprised how things are going to play out then.
I could try and because the archetype's a starting point, right?
Exactly.
So we've got a few more things. So I'm fine to build the Sister of Battle with a bit more talky. As you say, she starts off not completely out the window.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, like, don't we still do have some extra points that could go into fellowship or other
You
things,
actually have
right?
a fair bit. So that's a good question. The XP you get, I want to say 170, but I think that's wrong.
That was 200.
It's 200. Yeah.
Okay,
But
so you have
you've spent
200
some of
XP.
on your stuff.
Yeah, like some of the archetype cost will tell you what the total
Yeah.
cost of the archetype is, or for
Okay.
each, like the skills, the attributes, and the XP cost for the species.
But it's only the top one that you have to do. The other two are suggested lists.
Yeah.
Like you could tweak,
Yeah,
right? Like you could
Yeah.
change your one stat into your fellowship or something. Like
exactly.
swap.
And you'd have you have access points to be able to tweak things around.
Okay.
Because it's
So
our
we
first
should
time
probably
playing, I am going to
clarify that,
encourage you to not tweak them to the point where it's so far from the archetype. We don't
No,
want to
no,
be.
of course not. I was
Yeah.
only talking about moving one stat so we have a talking person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could add one to fellowship. I forget how much it costs, but I've got 50 spare points after taking the archetype.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's page 24. That's a core book.
So let's say
So it'd be 10 more to go up from a 3. Would you say it was a 2
you
or a
see,
3?
so,
So
from a 2 to a 3 is
6.
6, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Then Dave, sorry, who would you want to play then?
Okay, then if we're not, I'm not going to switch to a rogue trader just so we have a chatty person. I will stick with what I had, which is the Astra Militarum. Oh, I just lost my page. What page is that? 30.
Astra 103 is the Tempestus Scion. If that's what you're looking for. Which is going to be great between the Sanctioned Psyker, the Assassin, the Scutaris, the Sister of Battle, and a member of the Militarum. You guys have basically most other factions covered that would be be of interest, or a power play within the Gilead system and the Veronia's flotilla.
Cool.
Okay, so
we're putting this. You guys are talking about points and stuff already. So are we putting this into the sheet somewhere?
Well, now what you're going to do is now that you know what your. I guess first off, is everyone okay with that being our makeup? We got a Psyker, an Assassin, a Scutaris, a Tempestus Scion, and a Sister of Battle.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. Then we are going to start building your characters. So, guys, if you want, you can just copy the things down. This is where that scratch paper will come in, because you have 200 points to spend on your character. If you just want to take what's in the no Space Marines, no. If we don't, if you don't want to make any changes to it, you can just copy down what is there and then figure out how much you have left over for the points. Otherwise, the costs of leveling everything up or changing, scaling it back starts on page 24 and on 25, where the attributes and skill costs are. The talents are starting on page 128. And I think you guys are all playing humans, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What about faction? What's our faction?
Your faction will be the Purifiers.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I didn't see it in the...
So do we get everything on the archetype plus 200 or no?
No. Everything that's on there, you have to.
Yeah.
That will cost you whatever it lists there, and then you back out. And remember the Sanctioned Psyker gets a couple of free abilities too.
Okay.
I think everyone.
So we get 200, and it's costing 52 for a tier 2 human Tempestus Scion.
Yeah.
So 42 points for the suggested attributes, 46 for skills. Okay, I get it.
So 52 gets you the bare minimum. If you're buying up to the suggested attributes, that's what that costs. If you take the suggested skills, which is scaling up, will cost you the extra amount that's listed there. And then there are suggested talents for you to purchase as well. And
but those aren't figured out the price.
Those are not included in the price, no. Because each of those has a different price.
Right.
So it's the used car approach to sales.
Totally.
Okay, I am very sorry, guys. I need to just step away for a moment to go to the washroom. I drank way too much fucking coffee before we started. So I'll be right back.
What? I feel like there's a misprint on the Death Cult Assassin.
So
Under the
Is it in your favor?
No, because under the skills, it lists all the skills and how many points you have in it, and it lists Medicaid but with no number after it.
Yeah, that's
Should be Medicaid 1.
yeah.
Okay. Just because I've already paid for it out of my, because it totals how much it costs you for those skills, but it doesn't.
Where do you put
Doing-
abilities? Are they in combat?
But in the hard copy, it shows
You want to go to
Wow.
Medicaid
Medicaid
1.
one.
Okay. Thanks.
Powers tab? Powers tab for abilities? Okay.
yes
What abilities?
for your archetype ability.
Your archetype
Oh.
ability goes on the powers tab.
And you'll be
Consider your
rank
attack balance.
1, tier 2. Oops, sticky character sheets. God damn it. Go. I'm gonna hit reconnect to my side. I've lost James's camera.
Yeah, sorry, I managed to disconnect.
Oh, I got
I
everyone
don't
back
know
now.
how, but I did. I managed to.
Oh,
Okay,
you're not Mechanicum, are you?
John's
Your
character is.
Mechanicum roll?
Yeah.
No, James failed his Mechanicum roll.
Oh,
That's why he left the chat.
Damn machine spirits.
Damn machine spirit kicked you out.
Okay. Got that.
That's an ability.
Okay. And these are the same sheets we used before, so I've got all the macros, or not the macros, the ASCII script set up for it, so it should roll and have like the reroll features and stuff as we had before.
Are we going to be doing the rolling for like the background stuff, the objectives?
Objectives we do at the start of each session, actually.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's neat. But the background stuff we can do beforehand, though. I don't know, Jeff. Are you okay rolling on a random table for some aspects of your character?
Oh my goodness. I don't know, Kevin.
You know what side your bread is buttered on.
60.
Yeah, the objective is something you said it's a XP focus thing, and the game suggests you do it at the start of each session. Whether that gets just tedious as fuck, we'll deal with, because it's a big party, and everyone's scrambling to get their own thing done. Might get tedious, but it has been interesting before. Like they don't feel or didn't seem like they were intrusive last time, so we'll see. Any questions thus far, guys?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna write down what we got here. All right, so we're playing Eye, Ear, and Blade. We have a sanctioned psyker. Hey, you're sanctioned, right? You have your paperwork on you?
As far as everyone knows.
Good. Wait, what? Okay, and we got an assassin, guitarist. Got a.
I'm planning on being an unsanctioned hiker, but there, nope. But I get to be a weird robot guy. This is cool too.
Cool.
There you go.
I mean, that was my second choice though, so
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, and then it's just a battle.
I can develop psychic powers later. It's cool.
Just because it says it's possible to roll doesn't mean you can do it.
I can hope.
Yeah. Well, we are going to, like, the intent is to go play to tier 3, so let's see. We'll see where the story takes us. Okay. Then, while you guys, you know what, why don't I bug you guys while we're doing this? We'll get some background stuff. All right, so Jeffrey, you said you want to roll
Yeah.
on here. Let me see what the
I just
assassin.
got a quick question before we get into the Jeff's rolls.
Of course.
So, in the first section of the character's template, you know, when you're picking the tier 2 XP cost 52, and it lists all like the abilities and skills and stuff.
Yep.
And then it goes down to suggested skills. and it gives you the XP cost.
Yep.
And then it lists the number after each skill. That is the newly adjusted.
That's the
number.
newly adjusted number, correct?
So it didn't put any more. So I had Stealth 2 after the original template, and the suggested skills. It still has Stealth 2.
Yeah.
Is there like a maximum?
It did not cost you anything more. You can choose to buy it up from there. That's just, it tells you what the cost is to have them at that rating.
At that rating. That's what I thought. Okay, just wanted to make sure. Yeah. That it's not adding 2 more stealth.
Yeah. And the skills are also like, the reason is maybe obvious from it too, but like the reason that the things are there is so that you're competent at the things that your archetype is supposed to be competent at.
Yeah.
Right, so.
Let's go look at talents.
Okay, you're the Ministorum.
Determination.
All right. Jeffrey, give us a D3 roll, please.
And what page are you looking at right now?
I'm looking at page 59, the Adeptus Ministorum backgrounds.
Just want to follow along.
Oh, hold up. No, the backgrounds actually give modifiers to skills, so we'll do this all together once you guys finish up. I'm going to see. The backgrounds go after?
Yeah, it's you perk your archetype and then you go your backgrounds.
Nice. Okay, so you guys get all that done, then we'll do this fun shit. Nice.
Oh, okay, cool.
Where's determination? Where do we roll that? Because one of my abilities gives me bonus to determination rolls, so I'm like...
nice.
Where do I roll that? Let's see, determination button.
Let's see here. Determination might be the one that converts
there it is.
Regular damage into
combat.
Stun damage or stress damage.
Okay, yeah, I found it. I'm just seeing if there's a place where I can modify it. But, you have to modify it when you roll it. So
yeah, so determination is the way when it's turning regular damage into shock damage. Okay. There is a determination modifier, John, under the health tab. Under rolls for rolling determination, there is this under combat. So, so there is somewhere to modify your starting determination. And then under rolls, the bonus dice and dice mod, those will be for when you're actually making the rolls. Okay. So, anyone have thoughts as to how the characters... I'll tell you a little bit more about our brevet captain, how about? And you guys can determine how you may have come into his service. Let's see. Okay. Though he stands barely over 7 feet tall, so he's tiny, right? Brevet Captain Akahir looms large among the Astartes of the Absolvers chapter. The inscrutable ritual scarring popular among the Absolvers intermingles with the twisted scars Akahir earned through battling demons, attesting to the violence of his 3 years of service. His dark skin has been stretched thin over his enhanced transhuman form since he became an Astartes. His only imperfection, a patchwork augmetic eye installed partway through the battle for Willem Fundus. Captain Akahir and Jackal Veronius are linked by the infamous distress signal sent by the Absolver's missing chapter command. The two never discuss the matter in earshot of others, and no one can say if Veronius has shared its contents with Akahir or if the Astartes captain already knows the truth. Other council members note a certain tension between the two, but whether the cause is a shared and unspoken burden or a deep mistrust, they cannot say. In the absence of the chapter master, and with the anarchy of Noctis Eterna bearing down on the system, the Absolvers within Gilead had grave need of leadership. It was Chaplain Heractus, who took it upon himself to anoint Akahir as brevet captain and acting commander of the Absolvers in recognition of Akahir's early success in rallying the system's mortal defenders. In privacy, Heractus spoke also of a prophecy from the forgotten annals of the chapter's history and the role he foresaw for Akahir. Akahir has shown a greater knack for diplomacy than many of his battle brothers. He tolerates much of the politicking and debate of the Circlet Council with stony silence before voicing his opinion with both tact and finality. Still, relations between the Absolvers and the Veronius dynasty are tense. Absolvers are known for their inflexibility, and Akahir must constantly struggle to cope with the evanescent whims of the humans on the Circlet Council. If he discovers that Jackal consorts with Xenos, it would certainly end their cooperation and may even lead to bloodshed. Akahir does find some common ground with the cold efficiency of Archdomina Vakul, and the turmoil of the current age has strengthened bonds between the Absolvers and the Avacris. So the, what do you call it? The Mechanicum. That may be where your character comes in, John. It's vital for Akahir to maintain and bolster this relationship, as the Absolvers rely on the Forge World to bolster their limited supplies of ammunition. Further, Avacris provides the only path to properly train new tech marines, whose expertise is the only hope of maintaining the chapter's war gear and vehicles should their isolation continue into the future, and Akahir knows optimism is a weakness. Let's see here. Although Astartes chapters are largely self-sufficient, they often rely on the Imperium's intelligence and communication networks to learn of prime targets and worlds that need their defense. Although their confinement to a single system might seem to narrow the potential battlefields, in truth, the overwhelming threats facing the Gilead makes it more important than ever for Absolvers to deploy their limited forces perfectly. Furthermore, the isolation of the systems and turmoil within the usual chains of command have led Akahir to pursue his own investigations of traitors within the system. Akahir has begun to rely on hand-picked agents, Astartes and mortal, outside of the Codex-approved chain of command to act as his eyes, ears, and blades across the system. Guys, that's the name of your framework. Akahir's need for reliable, flexible non-Astartes agents stems in part from his misgivings for the methods of many Imperial organizations. He distrusts the Inquisitor's freedom and underhanded methods, and he truly looks poorly upon the Ministorum. He sees the ranking priests of the Ecclesiarchy as soft and hypocritical, exhorting their followers to sacrifice for the Emperor while they enjoy a life of relative luxury. That might explain why he is okay with both a Sister of Battle and an Assassin, then, because you guys are not the sitting back collecting tithes type. You are the take up arms and kick some ass types. Whereas Space Marines fight on the front lines their whole lives, no matter the rank, and many clerics who attain rank step away from battle and indulge in lives of soft comfort. Although some Space Marines are critical of relying on mortals, Akahir recognizes that humans can operate in ways and places where the overtness and awe-inspiring reputation of the Astartes would be a hindrance. Although relatively open-minded for a Space Marine, Akahir has absolutely no tolerance for mutants and Xenos. We're going to make an exception for the Psychers, because there are librarians within the chapter as well. I think that's all I can share. Him being a traitor is something that's going to be a secret. Oh, no, forgot I said that. Yeah. So, given the contact with Avacris, John, that might be where you are originally from. That's that one that's the tidally locked one right next to the sun.
Yeah, I was actually looking to replace the Forge World with the name of the place I was from. So.
Oh, cool, Avacris. And
okay.
Depending on whether you thought you traveled with the fleet or whether you are local, James and Jeff, your folks could come from Enoch. Enoch is the forge world with the cliff sides of all, not fortress, the what do they call it? Not temple world. What do they call the ecclesiarchy worlds?
Shrine worlds?
Shrine world.
world.
Thank you. Yeah. It's the shrine world with the cliff side of all macro statues.
So why not? Let's do that.
Okay. And the Sanctioned Psyker could really come from... You could be one of the hives in Charybdon. You could be one of the hives on Gilead Primus. You could come from that, an outcast of... where is it here? Is Troilus? Ostia's the aggro world. Okay, Vocaris is quarantined. I think Vocaris and Nethros are the two, new ones. Troilus, I think, is the one that is the kaiju world, right? The night world. Where are you picturing your guy being from? Was he part of the fleet, do you think, Sean? Or do you think he's native to the Gilead system as well?
Let's see here.
And then, Dave, do you see your character being from the Gilead system from one of the noble houses here? Or do you... Which could be... Not necessarily noble houses, because the Tempestus Scion is part of the Militarum, right? So there is a local sort of thing. You could be a lend out from that, or you could be one of the ships from the Militarum that came as part of the fleet.
Yeah, I think I would come as part of the fleet.
Okay.
And jettison myself from the fleet to seek my fortunes elsewhere.
Okay. Then you maybe from the Ducal Circlet, where Chief Quartermaster Mara Olgimski is the ship's master. Each of your characters likewise could come from part of the fleet as well. There are ships that were surviving ships that are part of the Baronius fleet that make up the Circlet Council.
Can anyone see where you put your home planet in the character sheet?
There's a personal tab. Is that?
Yeah, I didn't see I just didn't see a box, so that's fine. I'll just put it in the general chatty box.
My Forge world, it's under keywords. It's a key, yeah.
Oh, is your Forge world one of your keywords?
Yeah, Forge word. It goes in my keyword area, and I just replace it with Vracus or whatever that is.
Okay.
I just stuck it on background, so we're good.
Nice. I like the keyword system is interesting because it comes into play when you're doing influencing of other things. So, if there's something that relates to Avacaris, John, you will have a benefit in dealing with it, which is kind of cool.
I'm trying to find the cost of the skills.
It's listed by
page 25.
Yeah.
Oh, the cost of the skills.
You mean for adjusting from the starting point?
Yeah, if I wanted to take one or two less skills from what they've given me, what am I adding back? Or
page 25.
25?
Just remember the baseline. You got to keep that. It's the suggested skills that you can adjust.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to back out the suggested skills. I don't think they're in there. That's what I thought. That's what I was assuming. Right?
Yeah, the
If
suggested
you don't pay for the suggested skills, then you
you
don't
got to
have
pay for
any.
suggested skills, right? Got to pay for those. Yeah.
I put the suggested skills in, and then I'm looking at my feats or whatnot, and I'm like, I need 6 points, and I don't have them, so I need to.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you can
Yeah, I
definitely
love
back
that.
out then.
Right on.
Yeah. Awesome.
So between the
But that doesn't give me the equipment for it.
What was that, Jim?
for his
Dave?
yeah, go ahead, Dave.
Well, it suggests the special weapons trooper feat on page 140, but then I still don't have the equipment, even if I take the special weapons feat and go with like a long las. I don't have a long las, but I'm proficient in it then. Right?
It's so special weapons trooper is what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Cubicle
It's a
7
training.
rules. Last sentence in the paragraph. You may select one of the following weapons as standard war gear, replacing your primary weapon.
Didn't even.
So it's standard fucking C7 stuff. They always include the critical stuff right at the bottom of the sentence of the paragraph.
Okay. You may select one of the following weapons as standard war gear. So then I would have it. Okay. Because you know how I was thinking about that rattling sniper? Well, sorry guys, I'm not a rattling, but I'm a sniper.
Nice. Awesome. Well,
But I need
both
to back up.
John's character and James's character will be pretty tough frontline fighters. So if you got someone who's hanging in the back.
I'm also dumping points into Medicaid to get it up to 4.
Nice.
Does everybody have like survival or leadership?
Don't have survival, don't have leadership, but I could put points into it.
No, I'm just checking.
James, what are you doing on face skills? Are you
I
leadershiping?
haven't got there yet.
Okay,
Yet.
that's fair. That's totally fair. There's a lot going on. I will say, me too.
And just have a look at
Point.
any.
0 to 1 and 1 to 2.
6. I can go to willpower. 6. I love that the point cost for this. It's so easy to break things down.
Oh yeah. It's nice. It's a little. There's a little more granularity in this than there is in Soulbound. Fuck! Oh my god.
Yeah.
So James,
reminds me of-
there's the new core rulebook that was released for Soulbound last week. It's the one for playing Chaos, and oh my, it has not been well received. It was apparently a rush job, a cut and paste job, and it had no play testing. So, like a lot of the books for Soulbound have been really, really good. That one took like an extra year for it to be put together, and I guess that time was not well spent. So, it's currently sitting at like a 1.5 on drive-through for reviews. So. I'm going to hold off until the print versions come out and we'll see how those come out in the wash. Any questions about what you guys are picking, or y'all know where you're putting your archetype ability?
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome.
I'm neglecting any fellowship. My fellowship is going to remain a 1, so.
Okay. No, that's cool. So long as like everyone's got their... It sounds like you're going to be the medic guy, so that covers your healer. Healer with a gun.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be using ballistic weapons. Big ones.
Nice.
Because my suggested skills boost my weapon ballistic skill to 4.
Yeah, there's some cool Mechanicum only weapons too out of Church and Steel and Redacted Records 2.
So I should check those out.
You might. Although you do have your starting war gear, right? So
yeah.
I'll check in so much extra gear you're allowed to start with too.
The sheet is quite good, but the weapons section do not line up with the stuff from the chart in the book. So it's really hard to fill it out.
It does require, yeah. I think though, if you hover over the top, it'll tell you what it's like the other 40K ones. If you just hover over the header, it'll tell you what it's asking. So like under Mel with a question mark, if you hover over that, it says, is this a melee weapon? If so, adjusted strength is applied. You hover over DR, base weapon DR plus adjusted strength DR, for instance. So if you have questions about that, it might answer those for you.
What is DR?
Base
Damage
DR
weapon?
is the base weapon DR. So if you look at the table of gear...
So I have, for example, the Death Cult Power Blade.
Yeah. Death Cult Power Blade is... Death Cult Power Blade was the name of my cult cover band in high school, by the way. It was... What the heck is it?
Like, is it just called damage?
Yeah. DR is damage rating. Okay, so...
Okay.
Death Cult Power Blade is your strength plus 5. So what we would do is put the base weapon damage of 5 in there, and where that mel question mark is, I think you put yes.
Yeah.
Or you tick that at least.
And it... Oh, force weapons? That's not... Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, not that as a power field, though.
So ED is extra damage?
Extra dice.
Yeah, okay.
Because there's always a base level, and then you roll the extra dice, you check for the success levels on that. Extra dice is stuff you can put in as well from... or there's the exalted icons that you roll. When you roll a 6, that counts as an exalted icon. Is it a 6 or is it a 5 and a 6?
6.
Only 6?
Yeah, 4 and 5, or you get your 1 and 6 counts
It's
as a 2.
icon and the other one's exalted. Okay. The exalted icons you can shift. They count as 2 successes, or you can shift them to do things like add extra damage dice. Okay. While I'm here, let's take a look and see what extra gear you got. Anyone else have any questions about their characters thus far?
I think I'm okay.
Okay.
How do you get your speed?
Humans have 6.
Okay.
It's earlier in the background area.
Background area.
Page 29.
Use 1.
Some of you will have different languages too, based on your keywords. That's kind of cool. It's like, John, you'll have Cant Mechanicus because of your Adeptus Mechanicus keyword. And both James and Jeff will have High Gothic because of the Adeptus Ministorum keyword. Actually, you'll have that too, John. Cant Mechanicus and High Gothic. Cool.
Keywords. Oh, that's back in my class. My archetype.
Yeah, you're the Tempestus Scion, right?
Yeah.
The keywords are Imperium, Astra Militarum, and Militarum Tempestus.
Oh wait, we're tier 2 rank 1 or tier 1 rank 2?
Tier 2, rank 1.
Okay, got it.
The ranks are the substrata within the tiers.
Yeah. Okay, I just remember you said that, and I now saw on the sheet where it was.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Okay.
I don't know. I might have entered everything, or maybe not. Maybe I'm missing a million things.
If you got everything from your archetype and you found a place for it, I think you're good.
I think so. The weapons are not quite added properly, maybe. But
did you pick your talents? Did you spend all your XP?
Yeah, I had mine was super easy because my archetype cost 140, so I had 60 left, and it gave me a choice of 4 talents, and they were all 20 each, so I just picked 3 of the 4.
Oh, nice.
Same.
I only picked one of the ones, but So I'm spending on skills and some attribute points.
Right.
I still
Which I
have
kinda also done.
12 points remaining. I'm just
But I
want to see what my background stuff turns out to be before I finish it off.
I think you have to finish it before you roll that because it adjusts some of your stats, and the cost of the stats would change after that, right?
Oh right. Yeah.
That's true. You're right.
I have my
done
moments.
boosting I think I'm done boosting my abilities though.
Okay.
So.
And again, like you guys, the intent is to be giving you guys XP regularly for this, like we do in the other games, so we can see them go up a tier, so you can spend the points and advance the characters, right? So,
do we have a pilot?
I don't think you do. We do, however, have some pretty cool piloting rules out of Church of Steel.
Yeah, it is willpower based, and I have the points to put into it if we
I
need
have
to.
2 points in pilot.
Okay. What's your total?
Willpower plus pilot.
Or are
Pilot
these
is willpower?
settings not right? The linked attribute column is not right?
I don't know offhand. I think, like, for
Mine
one,
says
you can actually change
mine says
them.
pilot agility, yeah.
Yeah,
Mine says pilot agility too.
Oh, there you go.
sorry, yeah. That's yeah.
Okay.
So what's your total?
Total with attribute rating is 6.
Okay, that's good. I don't have to put points into it then. Do we have anybody with survival?
In one of my
Not
games,
yet.
come on. When's that going to come up?
I have 3 total score in survival. Not great, but
Oh, that's probably full power.
I took Deadshot, Die Hard, and Special Weapons Trooper.
I should probably get a melee weapon. You know.
Oh, when's that going to come into play? Come on.
Well, I mean, my weapon skill is 1, so if I want to get into melee, I probably want a melee weapon.
Yeah, I gotta put armor. Is there an armor spot here?
What is
Don't worry, I'll cut up the people for you.
It'll be in defense, I believe. Or equipment, you can put it there.
Anyone taking Scholar?
I've got Scholar by default.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got rank 1
Okay.
so far.
Anyone taking Investigation?
I have 2 in that with a total of 5.
Nice.
What's Insight again? I'm just trying to find it.
Fellowship. Page
Yeah,
123.
I'm just trying to find what it is.
Pick up social cues from others and discern their motivations.
Aha. Cool. Oh, that makes sense.
James, you can make an Insight Fellowship test when you suspect someone is lying or to detect anything strange about their behavior. This might be harder when interacting socially with individuals from other cultures, but particularly insightful characters can still detect whether someone is telling the truth or lying. Off the top of my head.
Aha. I am. I'm wondering if she is insightful. Does that go with Big Sister back?
Okay, I've got 2 points left.
Okay.
Do I move strength up? No, let's not move strength.
Did we say that ER was damage? Basically,
Damage, correct.
Anybody have leadership?
I've got leadership.
Sean, you are razor focused on this care gen.
Well, the spending of XP on a psyker is not straightforward at all. I mean, it's good. I'm just saying there's a lot to do. Like, you got to pick powers, you got to pick, there's a lot going on.
Yep.
There's also an option to where you can use spend some corruption to get powers, and it reduces the cost. Just to, if you're interested.
Corruption to get powers.
I'm doubly glad you're not playing one now, Sean.
Well, I'm just saying. And I look, there's no way to heal corruption in this game, so
No. Oh, it's funny.
I looked. One of the options I was considering was somebody from the Inquisition, from like the gray ones. But there's an option to start with 3 corruption and plus 1 conviction. I was like, what happens if I choose corruption?
Sorry, do you mean the Grey Knights?
I think Grey Knights, or what do they call them?
Grey Knights is, just so you
Order
keep
Malleus.
contact, Grey Knights would be like a tier 5, tier 6 campaign.
No, it's the specific order. Order Malleus, I believe, is.
Of the Inquisitors, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can play, one of the neat things about the game is it does scale up to that power level, so like you can choose to play.
No, there wasn't like an archetype I was looking at. It was part of the backgrounds for the order itself.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like,
Age, height, and all that kind of stuff. Just set it, or what? Like we can roll it from the chart that they give.
You can roll in the charts if you'd like.
Yeah.
okay.
Kevin.
I'm going to put a point to intimidation just in case.
How come I don't have any? How come I don't have any corruption to start?
Because you get 26 or more, you turn into a chaos beast and it gets game over.
What? Multiply your age by your tier? Holy shit! I'm 68.
I mean,
What?
do you not have a bunch of cybernetic shit in your body as well?
Yeah, like
Better. I'm one old fucking assassin. Holy shit!
what are you? Mechanicum?
I'm Death Cult. Oh, my thing. I'm Adeptus Ministorum.
That makes. There's a lot of long living in the 40K universe.
Yeah.
With the science behind various things. Like even the Adeptus Astartes in the books, they're like, oh, I've been fighting for 2 centuries. And
I mean, I did roll really high on my 46. I rolled all 5s. So, and it says multiply your age by your tier.
It says if you like, you can multiply the result. You don't have to.
What? Where does it say that?
Page 30, under age.
Grav knife.
It is optional.
Oh.
Okay. How's everyone doing with their gear, their...
Gotta find my armor.
Okay.
Trying to find my grav knife. I don't see it in the list.
Need to find Auto Curos.
Let's take a look here. The editing on the books sometimes has shit missing, so I don't... it could be that it's missing, or it could just be that it's just a grav knife?
It says in the listing of the archetype, the equipment it comes with, it says grav shoot knife.
Grav shoot knife, eh?
Is there
on page 103 in the equipment that comes with the character.
Okay.
But I'm looking at page 212 for melee weapons, and there's knife, mono knife, industrial bludgeon, bayonet.
Oh, so if you look under the description of the knives, from a Grox butcher's chopper to an assassin's stiletto, any number of small bladed weapons can qualify as a knife.
Okay, so it can be any. Grav shoot knife is all the same.
It's just a knife, I think.
It's just the stats for the knife, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Let's double check. I'll pull up the errata as well. Let me just make sure. I think I downloaded that.
Armor just adds to your defense, right?
I don't remember offhand.
Because I don't see a spot to put armor in.
Okay, armor.
I'm a little old guy. 5'6".
Okay. AR is applied to your resilience.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
AR is added to your toughness to determine your resilience. I
There you
think
go. There's a entry just to the right of the bubble for it.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
What about size?
Say again, Jeff?
Size. Is that like a meaningful thing in this game? The drop-down contains small, average, or large.
You're asking if size matters?
Yeah.
In this game, doesn't matter.
For the weapons, not that I...
No, it's in your like appearance, like like. Games like being small, medium, large, whatever.
Medium.
Matter.
Yeah, you guys are medium. You're
So
all
we're
human.
Average. So we're average.
Average, correct.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was
Okay,
asking.
I'm just checking a look here.
How do you include strength in your damage rating?
See where it says there's melee ?
Yeah.
So again, the top there, if you hover over any of the headers that are in there, it'll give you an explanation of what it is.
Okay. Yeah. Check. So strength is applied. So it's already being applied.
Oh, if you check that box, then yes.
Yeah, I'd checked the box and I read through it, but then I'm looking at the knife damage and it says S+2, and I'm looking for a drop down in the base DR that doesn't provide that, but it was already factored in with the melee checkbox.
Okay.
Not totally an idiot, just kind of an idiot.
It's
my idiot.
as Jeff said, like there's a lot of things to keep track of in that sheet for filling the weapons. And the nice thing is, it does, everything does come out in the wash when it's filled in correctly. I'm gonna take a look at the Valve Absolution book, Dave, and see if it's in there, the graph shoot. Nice. Yeah, there's a reference to some gear in it that just like there isn't an explanation for what it is. There's one thing that's in one of the Eldar archetypes that there's no description of what it actually is anywhere in the rule book. Yeah, I think it's just
you don't have to use it.
Power armor's kind of funny.
How so?
It makes you very powerful.
Oh. Okay. What powers did you go with, Sean?
It's a great question. They have suggested, but it doesn't seem particularly necessary. There's a wide. So I'm kind of. There's just a lot of choices. I'm trying to decide whether to. There's always the question of whether to concentrate. I don't really have a good feel for Wrath and Glory's system yet, but for Psychers. But I remember just from like Imperium Maledictum, one of the questions was, do you want to be a really good fire caster, kind of thing, or do you want a smattering of, a little this, a little of that? And
I think at most you're going to be able to afford a second ability. So you get the one minor psychic power as part of your archetype, and then you'll be able to probably afford one more. Because you automatically get Smite, everyone gets Smite, and then you get the universal psychic abilities.
And Psyniscience.
Psyniscience is one of those universal psychic abilities.
Yep.
So, which is a difference in this than Imperium Maledictum. So that helps. There's only 2 you'll be starting with, and then you'll be able to develop others. Probably 2. I guess the question is, do you want to compare what you had with your other Psyker to see how the similar things go, or do you want to do something completely different?
Right.
I know you can sense things at a wider range. So remember James's character, when he played the Psyker in this, was able to do things with his Psynescence ability that you could not do in Imperium Maledictum. Okay. Who has all their stuff in there thus far, then?
I'm done.
John's done. Dave, Jeff, are you guys all finished up?
Trying to figure out how to put my armor in.
Just put it in your equipment section, and then in combat tab near resilience, so you can put your armor value in there.
Your AV in the box. There's no place to actually enter it as part of the armor.
Correct. You just put it in the equipment section, so you know it's there.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you hover over there's resilience, and then there's a slash. If you hover over the second one, it says armor value.
Armor value, yeah. And so I just threw the 4 in there, and that's it. Okay.
Perfect. Okay, so we got a sniper. We got a... Once everything's in, we'll take our mid-session break, and then we'll come back and do some of the... Graph shoot knife!
So I'm gonna have fun with this character. I rolled for distinguishing traits.
So again, John, we're going to do that together, right? We're going to do those things. That's what we were hoping to do all together.
Oh, I thought we were doing like height and weight and stuff. Just
height and weight you can do, on your own. Just the stuff that for background and stuff.
Oh no, I haven't done that. That's different.
Okay, forgive me. Then what are you doing?
I rolled this. Never asked questions and never always commands, and then.
Nice.
What do you mean?
Nice. Very nice.
Leave that alone.
Okay. James, how is your character coming together? Oh, you got those faith abilities to pick, right?
Oh,
or does a...
It
I actually, the special power, as it were.
Purity
Yeah.
of faith.
I think
hang
he's
on.
allowed to
Oh, maybe you
select
don't.
faith talents.
Oh, so you gotta take the faith.
Faith. Yeah, so I need to get my faith sorted out.
Okay.
Indeed, you're right. I picked my faith talent, which is repent.
Nice.
Nice. What does that do?
If I get extra faith, but I can force another adherent to the Imperial cult to repent using the force of my will. I need to spend 1 faith and make an opposed intimidation roll.
Yep.
And then if I succeed, they kneel and repent for 40 seconds.
Nice. That's incredible.
I mostly got that one for the lols.
Nice. What did you get
there
for
were
your
others.
Mechanicum abilities, John?
Oh, I just chose 1 talent. The rest of them weren't really interested. I got Rite of Magnometrics. So
Nice.
I've got powerful electromagnets that I can pull metal things towards me. I can pick up and carry metal objects from a distance,
Yep.
and then I can draw myself to a larger stable metal object and hover over it.
Cool.
And those don't require any checks. But in combat, I can use it to like throw an object or resist forcing.
Very
So-
cool.
It's really nice.
Dave, you went with a bunch of sniper stuff?
Yeah, I took dead shot, which allows me to take an aim action and a called shot and do an additional damage dice bonus.
Very nice.
And the special weapons trooper, which gives me the long range las gun. But I also took Die Hard. When you suffer more wounds than your maximum wounds, you are not dying. Roll once on the memorable injuries table and heal 1 wound.
Very cool.
I thought that'd be a good RP way to avoid death.
Yeah.
Get-
That was one of my,
Give me a second to get to your
suggested
too.
ones as well.
What was that, James?
That was one of the Sororitas suggestions as well.
Oh,
But I went
cool.
with repent because it was more silly.
What were you saying, John? Sorry, I interrupted you.
I was just saying that's going to give me enough time to get to him if he's wounded.
Nice. Well, if he's a sniper too, that's that cool, spider web thing around your eye where you took a bullet or a las bolt up the scope at some point.
Yep.
Jeff, what'd you take?
So I have Blood Must Flow. I know how to create hemorrhaging strikes. And so I can spend an exalted icon when I make a successful weapon skill attack to add the bleeding condition.
Very cool.
Eliminator, which allows me to strike from the shadows using the element of surprise to take down your foes in 1 fell swoop. When you have a stealth score and you would attack an enemy that is unaware of you, you may add your stealth score as ED. In addition to the bonus received from a surprise attack, any decreases to your stealth score is resolved after the attack.
Nice.
And then I am also silent, so I can move at my full speed while moving stealthily.
Love it.
And if my stealth score would be reduced, it's reduced by 1 less.
Oh, very cool.
I almost took that one. That was like, I could sneak around a little better.
Yeah.
Get to a different reposition without getting blasted.
Yeah, I mean, you were always sneaking around, ready to kill from the shadows.
And James, which ones did you land on?
I didn't take anything else. I'm boring. I just went with lots of skills.
Nice.
Nice.
I also did with a lot of skills too, so.
Good. And then Sean, did you take any other talents beyond extra psychic abilities?
No, not at this time. I'm not totally settled, but no. Mm-mm.
So again, you didn't need to be for perfection here. Just need to have a character you can start playing and then start spending more XP afterwards. So, how close are you?
Sounds good. We can move on. Whatever you think.
Well, do you have the stats done? Do you have your? Is it just a matter of picking powers? You know you spent for them already, or what?
Yes, powers. Let's see, attribute cover. Yeah, I am done with attributes.
Okay. Then let's get to the. Well, let's take our mid-session break first. I had to take my old man bladder break already, but let's take our mid-session break. Then we'll come back and we'll do some of the story stuff to see what brought these characters to service of the brevet captain. So for those listening at home, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Alrighty. Hey, everybody at home. I hope you are having a wonderful start to your weekend. Okay. What weapon did you go with, John? Did you... Is that one from the... What's it called? The galvanic rifle?
Galvanic rifle from my from archetype, and then I picked up a chainsword.
Nice.
Just a basic melee weapon.
You can't just freely grab stuff, though, right?
Is there purchasing stuff?
Yeah, you'll get you guys are going to start with only the stuff from your archetype, and then when we play the first time, you'll be able to do requisition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll put it in there as like I want to requisition this thing.
Okay.
So.
It's probably something you'll be able to requisition, but just I should have said. I looked up what the war gear rules were. So you have like your common set of clothing. We're going to roll a trinket from your past for you guys.
Yeah. It's not rare or anything, so
no, and it's probably something you're going to be able to get in any event.
Starting wealth equal to your tier. Interesting.
Yeah, I tried to get a bunch of the personal skills for being face things. So.
Oh,
Gotcha.
cool.
That's where instead of talents.
I picked up a rank of intimidation because it's based on willpower. So it's like, yeah, like maybe that'll help.
Nice. Okay. And
I'm gonna pick a Vox speed and then a bonus dice to resolve tests. Okay. Should mark that somewhere.
oh, you guys get that? If you don't have a Vox speed in your starting gear, remember you get that from the template as well.
Okay, resolve. There we are. Bonus 1.
Okay.
Perfect. There's a talent I was looking at was getting me like some extra modifications. I'm like, nah, I think I'm good for now.
Oh, which one? Oh, other like
implants or something.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then, we're just waiting for Dave to get back. And then
There we go.
we'll get going here.
I'm back.
Okay. So Vox
Oh,
speed
you're back?
is
Okay, your camera's off, Dave, or at least I don't see you.
Vox speed is a communication device. That's good.
Yeah, you guys all get that Vox speed, and then you get, I think it was +1 to resolve
Yes.
from your service to the brevet captain. Okay. Then,
So we put +1 resolve.
Resolves under.
It's on the attribute tab.
First page. First time.
Gotcha.
okay. Sean, would you kindly give us a D3 roll?
Ooh, a D3. That's a curveball right there.
Uh-huh. We're living large here.
Big time.
Okay. So your origin? Betrayed. Yep. You attempted to ignore, suppress, or hide your psychic awakening, but were betrayed by those closest to you and surrendered to the Black Ships. You get +1 to your resolve. So that you never gave us an answer as to whether you were with the fleet or whether you were native. That probably suggests you're part of the flotilla then.
Okay. That's good.
Okay. Jeffrey.
And do I add that to my starting rating, resolve rating?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is why you do this after, so because you get this after you've done all your buying up and stuff like that. Jeffrey, give us a D3 roll, please. This is the Adeptus Ministorum background. A 2.
Dose.
Penitent. Confession and prayer are not enough. You believe you sinned, and this stains your very soul. You seek penance with your every act, but for what sin? +1 to resolve. John, give us a D3 roll, please. 3.
Are these in the book, Kev?
They are, yeah. Prometheum proselytism. You converted to the cult Mechanicus, leaving your former life behind after a holy vision, revelatory moment, or some other change of heart. +1 to conviction. Dave, would you give us a D3 roll, please? You're the Militarum, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's Sororitas. Well, that's cool. Sororitas actually has its own thing, too. That's fucking cool. Okay, not Rogue Trader, not Inquisition. Militarum. Dave, recent recruit. You're still getting used to the Astra Militarum. Until recently, your life was very different. You're surrounded by strangers and unused to the horrors of war. Gain +1 conviction. And James, would you give us a D3 roll, please? 3. Blessed Tomes. The words of the faithful guild guided you since you first beheld them. You quote from these texts often, though not always in the way that the original writer intended. +1 to your conviction. And we're back to you, Sean. A D3 roll, please. Accomplishment.
Okay.
1. Warp Hound. Your abilities proved instrumental in an operation to collect and capture other psychers. You gain +1 influence. Jeffrey, a D3, please.
Dose.
Trust no one. Ambition and greed permeate even the zealous clerics of the Creed. You've suffered firsthand at this corruption, and now you judge the faith of others. +1 conviction.
Mm-hmm.
John? A D3, please. A 1. Quest for knowledge. You accompanied a rogue trader or an explorator mission to search for forgotten technology. The journey was rife with danger, but you prevailed, earning scars and wisdom. +1 to determination. Dave, would you give us a D3, please? 15 plus hours. You've exceeded the usual life expectancy of a frontline trooper. Despite the horrors of war, you're practically a veteran. Gain +1 maximum shock.
Cool.
Yeah, that's neat. And then, James, would you kindly give us a D3 roll? A 2. Purge the unclean. You led a kill team to wipe out a nest of corruption. Victory came at a cost. Gain +1 to maximum wounds.
Cool.
And finally, John, would you kindly give us a D3 roll?
2.
Oh, sorry, I said Sean.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you
forgot.
did, yeah.
I probably muttered. Sorry, that's my mumbling fault.
D3 again?
Please, yeah.
Yeah.
Goal. Arcane lore. The warp has revealed a scant few of its mysteries to you. Now you crave a fuller understanding, seeking knowledge few can grasp. +1 influence. Again. Jeffrey. Ministorum, D3, please. 2. Aspiration. The lofty spire of ecclesiarchy advancement is yours to climb. Honor and influence are your desire through whatever means necessary. +1 influence. John. D3, please.
3.
3. Ascend to iron. The flesh is weak. You are driven to replace biological matter with augmetics. Gain +1 wealth. And
That's
Dave, D3, bitte. Danke. Advancement.
Third one.
Third one. You set your sights on promotion, bearing the regimental banner, or perhaps becoming an officer leading a platoon. Where will your ambition lead? +1 determination. And then finally, James, a D3, please. 1. Reclaim a relic. Long ago, an important Ministorum relic went missing. You would do anything to recover this relic and restore it to the ecclesiarchy. Gain +1 determination. And that is all of that stuff for the random stuff, guys.
Cool.
Let's talk. Do you have names for your characters? Oh, I see some already showing up here. Look at that. Xavier, Agrarius.
Where's determination hiding?
Combat tab in the middle,
Oh, thank you.
underneath health.
Thank you.
I just had to find it. I got the same results as you did just before you. So
All right. So then, who is... John, James, and Sean. Have you guys got names in mind for your characters?
Yes.
I'm looking
that'd be
for one
good.
right now.
Sure. There are, if you want in the core book, the human names are on page 27
Okay.
in one of the little call-out boxes there.
Right on.
It doesn't separate them into low Gothic and high Gothic the way that some of the other games do. Honestly, if you've got a 40k name that's you think sounds cool or you want to make one up, fill your boots. your power armor boots in some cases. The reason being, once you got names, and we'll start going through the 10 questions thing, is I'm taking the traveler character gen approach. It'll be more meaningful if we know who these characters, what their names are, before we go through this. Okay. Nice. Gezriel? Is that right, John?
Yep.
Love it. Let's see. Everyone has also mercifully taken a different first letter as their name, so
That wasn't intentional.
no, I appreciate it. Once again, I'd rather be lucky than smart.
That's assuming James wasn't going to go with an X name. Oops, sorry, James. Or maybe it was X just marks the spot. I don't know.
I'm assuming James's character will be sister something or other. Anyway.
Yep, just trying to figure the first name. Here we go. Surname, so.
Nice.
Here we go.
Severia Crucis. Love it. Severina, forgive me. Nice. You sound like a Catholic school nun. And then our psychic. What is our psychic's name?
Let's see. I think.
Ooh, guys, they have some tough questions. If you're an experienced RPG player, you might like to answer 2 questions below, so we'll save those for last. Nothing like shaming you into it. Lucionus, love it. Once again, nobody's got the same starting letter. Gosh, you guys are spoiling me. All right, so let's, guys, talk about, we have 10 questions here. First, deal with your past, and then deal with your personality. So, let's start with left to right again. Sean, excuse me, Lucionus. Where are you from? What home planet are you from? What was it like there? What did you spend your days doing? Did you leave willingly or were you taken? I think we've determined that already. So where are you from?
So let's see, because I wouldn't have been from around here, right? Because I came in from the fleet.
Yeah, so it was really a matter of, like, you can pick, you don't necessarily need to pick a specific planet. If you just want to make one up, there's billions of them, not necessarily billions, but thousands of them at least, that have not been identified in the fiction. If you do have one in the fiction you want to glom onto, you can do that too.
And remind me, it was just like a sentence or two, but I betrayed? What was it? That
I think
first
someone
one,
betrayed
right?
you. And
Someone
then you
betrayed
also
me.
became quite good at hunting other psychers.
Right.
So all of those things too, that really just comes down to the stat modifiers. If you want to change any of that stuff to fit your vision of the character, doesn't matter at all.
Yep.
We know it's a
You're
stat.
just asking me for a little narrative, right?
Yeah,
Now?
so where are you from? I don't really know. You can tell us just where you're from. The next questions will be like, how were you raised? How did you join your faction? Who were your friends? And significant memories. Those are the first sort of past things.
Uh-huh.
So if you got an idea, were you part of, like, for instance, like, how did you become a psyker? Like, what were you like before your abilities manifested? Were you part of the nobility? Were you a street kid? Were you in a rural planet? Were you in a hive city? Were you part of a fleet? What do you think?
I think that it seems to be that I didn't leave willingly. I mean, in the sense, I'll go with the fact that I was betrayed in the sense that that I didn't sign up exactly. And I think I planned on being something else. Like, I had plans.
Yeah.
So I got to think for a second of what that is. But I planned on being something, and so all of a sudden it happened. You know, however that happens, that I realized something was terribly wrong, and so I buried it, and It might even be the person I was what's the word, mentoring under, apprenticing under,
yeah.
because I was wanting to be something and I haven't quite come up with what that is, but I was working on it. I realized something was, oh God, like what is
What
this?
do you think your tech level, your planet, and what wealth level were you living at?
I think it's a basic imperial. I mean, of course, they're imperial worlds, but I mean an imperial aware world. Like it knows of the emperor. It knows, it's not like a completely backwater feudal, but so it's it doesn't have to be top tech, but it's imperial aware and some basic planet that provides whatever. It could provide agriculture for that matter. It could provide, it just provides the emperor. Yep.
So maybe you were going to be part of the Ministorum or no, the Administratum or something like that?
Oh, I think the Ministorum is good because the Ministorum would have strong opinions. So I think I was working on being something, ecclesiarchy.
Okay,
and then my own guy.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, what the fuck?
Well, and it's so embarrassing now that Xavier's right here after doing that to you. Like, that's no, I'm kidding.
Seriously, it's outrageous.
Okay, so we got that's where you're from.
Yeah.
Agrarius, where are you from?
I think I arrived like on the flotilla or whatever. I don't know if I'm from the Gilead system.
So no, you don't need to pick a specific place. Again, same thing we just went through with Sean.
Yeah.
What do you think what was your planet like? What was your early life like?
City life, large city.
So everything is, remember in the 40K universe, grimdark. So do you mean city? Do you mean a hive city? Where there's a giant arcology? You grew up in there?
Okay, sure. Yeah, I like that.
Okay. And how do you feel about your home? Are you glad to be gone? Lucianus was taken out of what he had planned to become.
No, I think I'm right where I intended to be.
Okay. So you were following faith or of some kind?
Yeah, I think so. And was happy to move on from the hive and start my own life.
Love it. Did you kill somebody before you joined?
Probably a couple people.
Okay. Gesriel, where are you from?
I was born on a void ship.
Okay.
And I was traveling, around space, no real planet to call home. I think that Vakris was the first place that he actually got to stay and leave and explore a planet, and he just fell in love with the whole Adeptus Mechanis machine god, and he decided to take up there, and he's been there ever since.
Love it. Okay. Was it? Do you think it's something that happened after the Eternum Noctis, or is it like you're part of a ship that was trapped there, or did you join Vakris and you've been there up, before Gilead was?
I joined in before that whole thing happened.
Love it.
The whole shifting thing that brought us here is, basically cued me to go out and explore more.
Okay. Xavier, where are you from?
Xavier is from a pseudo-agricultural planet, and he was a serf with no rights and no wealth. And as soon as the Imperium came, he's like, hell yeah, I'm off this rock. I got a place. They're going to pay me to shoot people. This is great. Meals and training and a uniform, and I don't have to wash it all the time. This is fabulous.
Fantastic. Okay. So you're nothing you miss about home, I take it.
Hell no.
Okay.
It was all dirt. And animals stink, yeah.
Okay, love it. Sister Severina, where are you from?
Yeah, so I'll be from Enoch. And I was an orphan in one of the cities there and was taken up by the, what's it called? The...
Ecclesiarchy?
Well, yeah, it's the, whatever it is, Progenium, the same as the... Scions, but then and therefore put through the trials to become a sister.
Very nice.
Which I survived, and now I'm going to fiercely bring the Emperor's light where it is needed.
John, I've lost your camera.
I refreshed it. It should be coming back up shortly.
Okay, cool.
I lost James, so I was trying to fix that.
Okay, that's that time of night. I'll hit refresh. Oh no, I got everyone back. Okay. Sean, how are you raised? Few of those capable of adventuring in the 41st millennium have normal family relationships. Most are raised by their faction, indoctrinated, or trained from the time they form memories to prepare them for the grim horrors of the galaxy. What do you think?
I think I was. I think my dad wanted me to join the farm on my agri world, and so the ecclesiarchy was my ticket off. So I got my wish, but not in the way that I thought I would. So I'm yeah.
Agrarius, how were you raised?
Probably on the streets, like from a young age, and sort of lived that life until I found religion.
So you're like a hive ganger or something?
Yeah, hive ganger that sort of, one day found the religion and just, it was life-changing.
Love it. Gesriel, how were you raised?
Void ship, so it's almost communal raising. He knows who his parents are. Didn't really form too big, strong connections with him, but it mostly he showed he was good at certain things, and he was just trained to do certain jobs.
Okay.
So.
And Xavier, how were you raised?
We had like multiple moms and dads, and it was like this really big family, extended family living in a large agricultural farm. And yeah, it was big family, lots of love, but got to get out of there.
Yeah, very few people to shoot there, right? So
yeah, going nowhere fast.
Yep. And Sister Severina, how were you raised?
Oh, I was raised in the Progenium as an orphan and indoctrinated and put through trials. So I know nothing but the Ministorum.
Nice. This one has been answered in some cases. So, Sean, Lucionus, how did you join your faction? Were you forced to join, or did you assume responsibilities willingly?
Yeah, I was forced. So, the black ship is the black ship. So, it's, you're really unlikely to live. I think that, since as soon as you find out that pretty much no one lives, but then you did, it was, how about that?
You were chosen not to be a snack for the God Emperor. So,
right. Exactly.
That's good.
Right. So, yeah, I think there was a roller coaster of, this sucks. I'm dead. This is hell, and I'm dead, and then you're like, whoa, I actually made it. So it's kind of an uptick at the end.
Yeah. How about you, Agrarius? How did you join your faction?
I feel like there was sort of like a spiritual need or something. As a member of the gang, murder and killing were just sort of chaotic and almost meaningless, and to find this religion where it's your very religious purpose to kill specific people. It's like, hey, this is something I'm good at, and not only it's not a job, it's my whole being.
It's your calling.
And, it's a calling. So it's like, it was a spiritual awakening into sort of this path of
Gesriel, how about you? How did you join your faction?
Not too dissimilarly. He had a come to God moment. I think he just got to the planet, and then maybe he heard the voices of machines echoing somehow, and it just flicked a switch in his head, and he said, I have to find out what this is. And
Love it. Well, especially after the augmetic was put in, there is a literal switch now too. So
yeah. On
Xavier, what about you?
there was some people my age, friends from back home, who also signed up for the Imperium, and but we've all gone into like different areas, so we, send each other box messages and whatnot to keep in touch. But it was easier to do before. Now we haven't been in touch since the flotilla passed to this side of the Eye of Terror, so haven't heard from them in a long time, but hoping they're still out there. One's an engineer and one's a pilot, so it's not easy to keep track of each other, but yeah, now it's really difficult.
Okay. And Sister Severina. I was brainwashed, all right?
Yeah. Brought up in the school.
Okay. Lucionus, who are your friends?
So I think I have a tight core of friends that, probably won't come up, but that are from, that have survived. When we got kicked out, when we basically realized we're not going to die, surprisingly, and got put through the ringer. There's some psychers in essence that I came up with. So I think them and probably someone in the group.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to, that may take a second to
Sure. Yeah. Does anyone have any?
session.
So one of the things he says are other characters in your group your best friends? Have you formed friendships with those you work with, or only on your own time? In the worship hall, the rationing queue, the pleasure den, or on the void ship deck? Are your bonds battle forged, or do you have friends beyond fighting? So these are all things for you guys to consider.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sister Crucius is firmly in the, is in the Imperial, brought up in the Imperial machinery. It's maybe I brushed with her at some, I'm not sure yet, but maybe.
We can assume you guys are all together. So if there's something you think that your characters would play well off of each other, that's fine. I mean, Agrarius is definitely sounds like he's going to be quite devout in the worship of the Emperor as well, the Imperial faith. Although it sounds like they will have potentially different expressions of that. Between Hin and Sister Severina. Agrarius, what about you? Or Agarius, forgive me. Argarius.
Yeah, Argarius. So one of the things I rolled there on my backstory was the trust no one. I feel like I don't have any friends. I do have an idea for a bit of a history moment, but that's the next one. I think is your significant memories, and I think it plays a role in why I don't have any friends.
Okay,
I'll talk about it on the next one.
So Argarius is the one who will be probably the most standoffish of you guys. How does Lucionus present to the rest of the group then? Do you think friendly, or is he standoffish as well?
I don't think he's standoffish. I think he's trying to find his place. He has a little bit of, so it'll be a little bit of wisecracking, a little bit of insecurity, a little bit of trying to assert himself in spots. Kind of got, he got dropped in a little bit. So he's trying to figure it out.
You are the one that has no connection to an otherwise wider faction in the. I think there is a Psyker. I may be mistaken in that. The Psychers may be in the fleet at least, or the flotilla. They may be the subservient ones. Everybody else has like a ship that is dedicated to them. So that could also fit with the wider faction problem. Everyone else has some faction they can have some contact to. You may not. Gezrael, tell us about your friends and the ability to make them.
His fellowship's kind of low, but so because of his communal upbringing, he has a more, somewhat distant but wider range of what he calls friends. So anybody that serves a machine god, he considers to be a friend. But his allies are like surrogate family members, important cogs in a machine that's running. Yep. So he would extend that kind of surrogacy to his allies. So he looks after them.
Yeah, love it.
He also, doesn't ask questions and commands them to do stuff. So I mean, it comes with a bit of roughness too. So
okay, we expect, I guess, everyone to know their place in the cogs, right?
Yes, that's very important.
Yeah. Xavier, what about you? And incidentally, I'm totally wrong. There is a Psyker ship called the Strucken's Workhorse.
In the flotilla.
In the flotilla, yeah. Glaucia is the sanctioned Psyker. Look at that looker, huh?
Nice.
Yeah.
I like the headgear.
Absolutely. Good caller game there.
Yep.
Xavier, how do you make friends? Or who are them?
We're on number 4.
Number 4, yeah. Who are your friends?
Oh, I thought maybe I talked about those, or the wrong one. But the brothers.
You talked
in
about
arms
joining your faction. And what we were talking about was the ones amongst the friends here. So amongst the party, like how.
I volunteered to the faction as soon as I was able. I didn't write much about that one, but so yeah, I already answered the friends one accidentally in the wrong.
Right. So again, what we're talking about is amongst like the likelihood of your character making friends amongst the party.
Oh, amongst the party, yeah. So that kind of void of the friends that I had before and I find that teams work better together if you are well connected and you're more efficient as a group. So that's just partly training and partly filling a gap too.
You guys are coming from very different, different factions as well, but Xavier and Lucionus do sound like they've had very similar backstories, or original places you're from. You both are from agri worlds. You both had dreams of doing something bigger. You just came about it in a different way. Yeah,
different directions, but same path, similar path.
Yeah, similar, or at the very least, similar background. And it doesn't sound like either of you was keen on staying on the agri world. So,
no, and getting off the flotilla. Wasn't there somebody else that also had been on the flotilla?
Lucionus was as well, actually.
Oh yeah, Lucionus. Okay, so
yeah.
We've got lots of common.
Okay, and then Sister Severina.
Oh, a lot of other graduates of the school.
Yeah.
Other sisters, some who have gone through the grinder.
Yeah. And I don't doubt that you probably met
faith.
other members of the ecclesiarchy. what do you think of the rest of how does she interact with the rest of the party?
Well, she's actually fairly social. She's learnt that, out there she has to work with other members of the Imperium, and she needs to interact to spread the faith. Although she can be stern when necessary.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think we're definitely leaning towards Sister Severina being the squad leader here for sure.
But she's quite social, and she will make an effort to be at ones with other citizens.
Nice.
Inspire them.
So is there anyone else in the party you've heard about thus far that you think, beyond just your responsibility to them as, squad leader-ish, is there somebody who you would call a friend?
I guess it was probably nearest to Lucionus. I don't, even psychers are, if they're sanctioned, are acceptable, and we seem to. He's come from a similar background of.
Mm-hmm. You have that sanction card on you, right, Lucionus? You didn't.
I mean, it might be tattooed to my neck as these things go.
All right. So then next, Lucionus, what are your most significant memories? Your best memories might be of a great accomplishment or a victory, a wonderful meal, a whirlwind romance, or a gut-busting joke that lifts you in a time of despair. Your worst memories might be a bitter defeat, or a close brush with death, a painful humiliation, or the loss of someone close to you. The emergence of the Great Rift has brought tragedy to the galaxy, because it was such a cheery place before the Great Rift. That now is when things are turning dark. What do you think, Lucionus? What's your most significant memories?
I think it's when there's a memory from when the ecclesiarchy was going to work out. Like I was getting off planet, like it was going to work. I found my guy, like I had a sponsor, if you will, right?
Yep.
And he's, you're going, this is happening. Like, and I'm like, boom, and I'm like, Luke getting off of his planet of, Tatooine or whatever, right?
Yep.
And so and then of course that didn't happen, and then the next memory is actually surviving, like that moment when you realize that you're not just going to be grist for the emperor. As great as that would have been, kind of like, whatever, like, seriously, and having to pretend you'll enjoy it or some nonsense, but then you wake up, whatever, however that happens, which is probably an interesting thought of how that happens, but you're still breathing and you're like, whoa, so that moment still reverberates.
Love it. Okay. Agrarius. Agarius. I'll get it right sometime. What's your most significant memories?
So this is, I think, the one that sort of ties together a lot of what happened in his past and explains a lot of who he is. So he had, his last role, he's quite old, so he's had quite a long life. He had sort of a life partner, and she was also a member of the death cult. And they had lived a long life, like a number of years together, 10 or 15 years of sort of being together. And at some point, I don't know if it was through a loss of faith or some kind of a betrayal, but like a rift formed between them that eventually led to essentially a fight to the death. And so her name was Jin, and Argarius ended up killing her in a very tough fight kind of thing. And so later in life, this has sort of become like where he questions his faith, because he's still, the pain is still there. He still misses her. This is why he doesn't trust anyone.
I keep killing people and it's doing nothing to fill the void. Come on.
And it's sort of like, because he's penitent was the other role. And it's like, this is the sin. Like, he killed the love of his life,
Fantastic.
due to his faith in his religion. And so it's sort of this, like, what was more important, love or faith? And so now he's sort of just had to go all in on the faith because she's gone and there's no bringing her back.
Argarius is going to be that guy who doesn't say anything in the team for a real long time, and he finally gets to know you, and then he tells you a bunch of shit. You're like, Jesus fuck, I wish I never talked to you.
Tell me about this
Why?
life?
Why did I need to know this?
Quick, for my emotion chip off.
Yeah.
The other thing I rolled is that I have he has war paint that he wears of sentimental value, and I think it's probably war paint that he's mixed with her blood. So when he's going for like a really important kill, he pulls out this war paint that's like,
Did you buy that from the shop, Argarius? Long pause. Yes. Oh, that's awesome. All right, Gezrael, what about you? What are your most significant memories?
He's not nearly as old as Argarius.
I was dating this girl named Jin, and then
some guy stole her from me.
So I killed her.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume some of his best memories were when he, eventually got off the Void ship and discovered the wonders of Avaricus, just learning and getting knowledge and replacing parts of him he saw as weak or unneeded. Yep. And then the mission he went on that was part of his background, the quest for knowledge, was where he really learned how how dim and dark it is, but that you're able to overcome it. So
yeah, because Avaricus actually has some things that date back to the Dark Ages of technology. It's like there's some that like the Imperium cannot build, doesn't understand how it functions, but they sort of manage to keep it moving. That might have been something that you would have. And
then some of his greatest regrets he doesn't remember, just gone.
Nice. Delete the records. Does he have that? Is it sort of like a phantom limb thing though, where like there's something that he feels shitty about but can't remember what it was?
Yeah, I'm thinking something like that.
Love it.
He's probably, the memory's gone. He got rid of it for a reason, but he's always wondering what it was and how bad it really was. Maybe it'll come up later.
Has he erased any more of his memories since doing that?
No. He's regretted doing it.
Yeah. Love it.
That
All
would
right.
be his biggest regret.
Xavier, what's your most significant memories?
Kind of funny that Jeff came up with this story that he came up with, because I'll read you what I wrote. Most significant memory is a woman that he met in the flotilla, Adalia, worthy of remembrance are poets and painters. But he didn't take a chance on love because of duty.
Ah. Is she part of the Militarm as well, or?
Yes, or she was.
She dead?
Not all the flotilla made it through.
No.
Oh, so you don't know because they're just missing.
They're just missing, so he has no idea.
Okay.
And so he's got this regret for not bending the rules for personal relationships.
Yeah.
And so now he's a little more willing to bend the rules at times when he thinks will suit him. But yeah, and his dark memory is that, like, hey, like this is. So he had this beautiful opportunity, and then it's gone. So.
Oh, that's what was her name again?
Adalia.
Adalia. Okay. And then Sister Severina, what are your most significant memories?
Oh, I think it would be that moment of passing all the trials and finally being made a full sister when Holy Mother Agatha gave me where is it? I've got my official copy of the rule of the Sororitas as a moment of finally becoming a full sister. It was a moment of enlightenment where I could finally step out and bring the light.
What is her most significant bad memory then? Is there anything that you rolled for your background that would have informed that? There was that relic.
No, I guess. I think it would be the clearing out the
heretics.
The heretics, and seeing the depths of corruption to which some former imperial citizens can descend. It was horrific to see the depravity.
Okay.
Although they will not be depraved anymore.
They will see the light of your lasguns, of fire. Yeah. All right. Then, guys, we're into the second half of this. We're talking about your personality now. Lucionus, what is your greatest desire? What do you want? Safety, companionship, glory, wealth, or something beyond that?
I think I've embraced, I've been forced to embrace it, and I do. They were even so kind to have given me a free Psychana Mercy Blade, which was really sweet of them as I left. I think he wants to fight. He's trying to find his place, and I think he.
So what does that mean to? Like finding a specific geographic location, to find a group that he can serve, to find a role that he fits?
He wants to be good at what he does, competent, trusted in the group.
Okay. Is that what he was looking for in the Ecclesiarchy the whole time?
Probably a place, yeah. I mean, he wanted to get off planet and then find a role, find his path in life, and. That's going to be an interesting dynamic with Sister Severina then too. If she's like prone to leadership too, that will give you someone who you can listen to. Yeah. And Gesriel will also be clear to tell you what you should be doing. It sounds like. Yeah. And I want to find more knowledge about what I'm doing. So I'm trying to learn. Yeah. Trying to gain. Probably forbidden knowledge. Find the name of the burning man you see every time you lay down and close your eyes, I imagine. But it'd be nice to finally, Yep. Argarius, got it right first try. What is your greatest desire?
To be respected or elevated within the cult at this point.
Yep.
He's given his life to it and killed so many people, and just, sort of to achieve that, he's, come up in age and feels like he should be in a more respected position in the structure at this point.
Like Jack Lemmon in
the guy out on the streets killing people still, Where's the leadership? No one really likes him.
Promotion is for closers.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Gesriel? What is your greatest desire?
Well, it's kind of like there's two, but they're of equal importance.
Okay.
1, perfection in iron, and 2, connection.
Okay.
So that could be with basically with those around him, to get past like this big void that he feels is out there. He wants to bring things together.
Okay. And Xavier, what is your greatest desire?
The perfect shot. But I don't know if that's possible. Because even if you've had the perfect shot, or what you think to have the perfect, can you not do better? Is there not a more perfect shot than the last?
Okay. Sister Severina, what is your greatest desire?
Well, bringing in the light of the Emperor, of course.
I mean, that's
Possibly
what any member...
but but also willing to persuade, not just by force.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Well, yes, the light of the
Because
Emperor.
a living servant of the Emperor is greater than a destroyed heretic.
Very nice. Okay. Then back to you, Sean. What is Lucionus's greatest fear? Beyond your own demise, what are you afraid of? Do you harbor a dark secret that you hope none discover? Is there something you hope you will never be asked or tempted to do? Life is a prison, death a release.
Yeah, this is when I should have made a comment about my maybe to find out what the Psychona Mercy Blade is for, but I think I probably learned something in the hellish tests that I fear, and I'm open to suggestions.
Is it about yourself or something external, do you think?
I think it's external.
Ooh. Okay.
And so I could, I would be fine with leaving it up to you, but just because I'm not sure something.
Yeah.
Some
let me chew on it. Maybe we can connect it to the reason you're with Brevet Captain, right? Maybe there's a reason you're saving the purifiers.
Sounds good.
Okay. Agrarius. I've already fucked it up.
Yeah.
Argarius. 1 out of 5 is not bad. Argarius, what is your greatest fear?
That the sort of teetering of his faith, that it falls the wrong way and he sort of loses his faith, and then all the killing that he's done in his life falls back to sort of his childhood or his young age.
Then it's just been all for nothing other than the enormous amount of fun I've had.
It's all chaos and death, it's not for a greater purpose.
Okay.
And so he struggles with that. His greatest fear is sort of losing his religion. So he's, even though he questions it, and that's why he fears it, it's a tenuous grasp always on his.
On the upside, it's also a very badass 80s REM song. So, Gesriel, what is your greatest fear?
Kind of 2. 1 is like the greater fear of chaos winning, like it's getting out there, and then all the order that they've built and struggled to push back against is lost. And the more personal one is losing himself to that chaos, not just dying.
And brings me. Are you aware of the Dark Mechanicum?
Maybe that's what he lost in his memory.
Ooh, yeah, because the Dark Mechanicum is basically the chaos version of the Mechanicum. So. Yeah, and I believe they might have a presence in the Gilead system as well.
Maybe the knowledge of that is what he purged from his mind. So
yeah,
that's why I'm trying to finish that book.
Now. Does that make him feel better or worse?
Well, I don't think he doesn't remember, so he doesn't know. I mean,
Xavier,
maybe he purged something about him getting too close to it, and that's why he got rid of it.
Xavier, what is your greatest fear?
Well,
kind of interesting because he got this from talking to him and being around him. So his companions would think that Xavier's greatest fear is that he's not made a difference because he, wants to, as Sister Severina would say, spread the light of the Emperor and so forth. Keep chaos at bay when he's talking to Ezreal. But deep down, that's not really his greatest fear. His greatest fear is being alone.
Mm. How does he feel about, because you've got a different relationship to death than what Argarius has, but how does he feel about Argarius's, role as it's strictly an assassin?
This doesn't really, I don't know, is the assassin who sneaks up and gacks somebody any different than me shooting somebody that they can't even see where I'm shooting from?
Mm-hmm.
It's two sides of the same coin, I guess. But
okay. And Argarius, how does he feel about Xavier as a member of the Imperial Guard?
Well, he's doing the Emperor's work, so I don't know. Indifferent.
Okay. And then finally, Sister Severina, what is your greatest fear?
Of course, that somehow that with the Nocturnum Eternus, that somehow the Emperor's light will get dimmed here in this system, and that she herself will not be able to deliver all that she should. That she will not be strong enough to oppose it.
Has she contemplated at all that she is still able to exert the will of the Emperor, and yet the Astra Telepathica and the Navigators will tell you that they cannot hear the voice of the Emperor?
Ah, yes, but she understands that, the forces of chaos are standing in the way, but we must stand strong until the Emperor fights through. Because the Emperor will prevail.
Well, I mean, he speaks to you
we
still.
just have to have faith that the Nocturnum will end.
So the next question is, what do you believe in? And I think that all of you have answered that one way or another in your answers. Does anyone feel they have not addressed that answer yet?
I think we could probably like how actual radical we are or Puritan towards it. Right?
So then, Lucianus, what do you believe in? The existence of gods is undeniable in the 41st millennium, be they twisted manifestations of the warp, ancient beings of unfathomable power, or the Emperor himself.
I think that I definitely believe in the Emperor, because I definitely believe in the dark gods. I just got too close. Like, it's too the feeling of evil was too real. And,
one of the things that you would probably more so than anybody else in the party, like, you would know what brushing up against the Immaterium is like. That it is not a place that any human should have connection.
Yeah, it's unthinkable that it exists, and it's one of those things that there's a reason that when the populace learns too much, that the Imperium uses a heavy hand.
Mm-hmm.
When people view a demon, unfortunately, you have to cleanse the area. He knows the reasoning all too well for that, and he's even just the knowledge of it.
Is his belief pragmatic, knowing what is in the Immaterium? Is it part of his continued belief in the Imperial Creed, or is it a combination of those two things?
I think he got I think he was using the ecclesiarchy to get off the planet. I don't think he was
so it's not that he was devout, it's just that there was a means to an end?
It was a means to an end. He was finding a path. I mean, it wasn't a horrible thing, but he wasn't like, he wasn't all weepy about it.
Yeah.
He was trying to get off planet. Okay, the irony is that his seeking the ecclesiarchy was not devout, but involuntarily, this brought him to the Emperor. Like he had his Emperor moment inadvertently with this. This is what brought him to the Emperor.
Okay.
Kicking and screaming, waking up screaming and realizing you're still alive. That kind of.
Yep.
Yeah.
What about Argarius? What do you believe in?
Definitely in the Emperor, and then spreading his glory through the universe, right?
Okay. Gezrael, what do you believe in?
As far as that whole stuff goes, he believes the Emperor serves an important role in the preservation of order and resisting the forces of chaos. So he does absolutely support the Emperor and his presence and attempts in the area, but he's not a radical or a Puritan towards it. He does tolerate disregard towards cult mechanists, but not outright disrespect.
Okay. Xavier, what do you believe in?
You're all so philosophical.
It's the brain damage.
I believe that the Tempestus Scions are not glory boys, even though the Imperial Guard would call us such, that we are truly been granted the power and strength of the Emperor to do his will.
Okay. And then Sister Severina.
Yeah, well, so she believes in the Emperor, of course, and she is aware of people who undermine it for their own devious needs under the false religions and cults, because she's not aware of chaos or anything like that. So,
then Lucionus, to whom or what are you loyal? Beyond your faith, you may have other beliefs that are core to your personality. And the questions they ask is, what would you never do? Is your greatest duty to your faction, your friends, your family, your word, to justice, or simply to yourself? To whom or what are you loyal?
So I suspect that it's sometime for one thing, I suspect it's sometime in the future he's going to feel a little guilty about his family. Like, you're just blowing them off as a kid. And the more he learned, like he grew up fast now. Now he's in this, this rocket ship of maturity, due to the path he's on. And this notion of blowing off his family. And the only thing Father wanted was me to work on the farm. Like at the time, I thought that was outrageous. That's hardly outrageous. So at some time he's going to he's going to feel some remorse. But right now I think he feels, he actually has a fearful loyalty of the Emperor. And again, getting back to the irony, he's a true believer now it's not so much out of love of the Emperor, it's just that because of what he knows exists. He's kind of terrified of it. And so, like, where else do you go? Yeah. I certainly hope the Emperor exists or we're all screwed. Like, that's
I love it. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Argarius, to whom or what are you loyal?
Well, maybe to Captain Akahir. Akahir. To my patron? Is that what he is?
Yeah.
For whatever reason, maybe I believe he's still, doing the Emperor's work here in the Gilead system now that we're cut off, and so
remember, the Space Marines are like they're prominent in the fiction and in the the games and whatnot too. But like there's vast majorities of the citizenry of the Imperium will go their entire life with never seeing one of the Emperor's angels.
Right, like this is like an embodiment of the Emperor's what's the word I'm thinking of? Like his host. His actual his host. Yeah, like this is like, so of course I'm loyal to him.
Yeah, so okay, cool. Yeah, then you could be seeing this as serving effectively an angel,
of the Emperor. Yeah.
Okay. Gezrael, to whom or what are you loyal?
Let's see. So I'll answer what would he never do, because that's something that stands out to me. He would never sacrifice the many to save the few. And his greatest duty is to truth and always keeps his word.
Okay. Xavier, to whom or what are you loyal?
Well, I have to be loyal to the Emperor and to Captain Akir, but
Xavier's getting murdered by a Gargarius at some point.
but at the when it comes down to it, the people that I'm fighting with, you know, like if I have to make a decision, the people that I'm bleeding with are the people I'm going to prioritize.
Yeah, that one background thing you said that you rolled was that like you just were in the fucking churn of it, right? So you may have had to get used to being like, okay, so these are my new battle brothers now, guys. Let's, you know, we're doing this. So
yeah, 15 hours plus.
Yeah. And Sister Severina, to whom or what are you loyal?
Well, of course, the Emperor, but also the Order of our Sanctified Shield of Enoch.
Yeah.
So. And, you know, she feels loyal to the upstanding, hard-toiling servants of the Emperor.
Nice.
She feels
That's a good
obliged.
selection, yeah, of it in your party as well. Okay, so the last one is... This one we have, I think, already touched on. Why are you in the Gilead system? So I think we're going to skip that one, and we'll do those to the tough questions and see how these go. So... Tough question numero uno is, what is your internal conflict? What conflicting viewpoints does your character hold? What makes them doubt or question their actions and beliefs? What do they want to do but can't because of their beliefs? And you guys have touched on a lot of these with a lot of the things we've discussed so far, but we can put a point on this question. So, Lucionus, what is your internal conflict? Beyond the demon that lives in your head, I mean.
Yeah, beyond that secret that...
Yep. The burning man you see every time you close your eyes.
Indeed. I think it is... I think he was pretty upbeat before. I mean, he was young, and, you know, when he got off planet, he was given the go sign by the glorious ecclesiarchy at the time, and he was ready to go, and now he's really had to do a hard U-turn, and he's a pessimist now because of what he's seen. Like, he just doesn't, you know, the immaterium's not going anywhere. Like, it's just so permanent, and it's so eternal, and it's so grotesque, and it's just like, how can one possibly defeat that? And he doesn't want to say, he doesn't say that out loud, because of course he's also aware that might be viewed as doubt in the Emperor or something. But yeah, he literally thinks if the Emperor doesn't exist, we are screwed, you know, back to that. So he's just very he's cynical in a very kind of a pessimistic way.
Okay. Arcarius, what is your internal conflict?
I mean, I think I've mentioned it previously on a couple of these questions, but he's definitely struggles with his beliefs, you know.
Yeah.
He questions it at times, but it's sort of, he's devoted so much of his life to it at this point that he's like, you know, sort of force himself to keep believing in it, and I think he struggles with that all the time. So,
Gesriel? Oh, sorry. Anything else, Jeff?
No, that was it. That was it.
Okay. Gesriel, what is your internal conflict?
I think it's his mindset about, you know, the order and how everything's supposed to work together, and I think he's concerned about how much is he willing to sacrifice to preserve the order, including that of himself.
So one of the things that is expressly forbidden among the Adeptus Mechanicus, although they do find ways to get around this, you are not supposed to develop new technology. You're not supposed to pursue new knowledge. You uncover existing knowledge.
Yeah. So his desire, like the perfection in iron, because he's losing bits of himself when he tries to achieve perfection. His conflict is how much of himself is he willing to give up in order to pursue this.
Okay. Xavier, what is your internal conflict?
Well, he wants to do the right thing. That's why you'll hear him listening to Sister Sabrina and talking about the glory of the Emperor. It keeps costing him. So, like, how many times can you do the right thing and follow duty and listen to what the emperor says and until it just chips away at you and you finally say, fuck it, I'm done, I'm going to go to the other side. He doesn't want to go to the other side. He just wants to find that balance where
you mentioned how important finding, like, he learned the lesson with that with Adalia, forgive me, that you need to make time for things. And has he done that yet, or is it on the to-do list constantly?
It's on the to-do list.
Got it.
He's at least prioritizing friendships and people, but it's just, you can't be all duty, because then you end up with these regrets of things you didn't do, and you end up with like this building anxiety or the like, not regret, but it's another word. I've lost my train of thought, but yeah.
Okay.
I'll just stop there.
Okay. If it comes back to you, let us know.
Very sure.
Sister Severina, what is your internal conflict?
Oh, well, she is very strong in her views, but still, she does, and to try and fit in with our framework, she has concerns about some of the Ministorum as to whether they may be a bit feckless, lazy, useless, venal even.
Okay,
what might
interesting.
that mean?
Then the last one, I think, this is an interesting one. I think this might have been borrowed from the what do you call it? 20 questions they used to have in Legend of the Five Rings games. Sean, this is directed to you, not to Lucionis. How is your character different from you? Beyond the physical, what beliefs does your character hold that are different from your own? The character doesn't have to have a personality complex that completely at odds with yours. In fact, it might help to share a few values, but the 41st millennium is a very different world. How is your character different from you? I mean, we know about your psychic powers, but...
I didn't want to have to get into it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I think that... I don't think I'm pessimistic, as far as I know. Whereas I think he is seriously pessimistic, and maybe he'll bounce back. I mean, it's possible that with a big victory, if we stand atop some vile whatever, that he'll have a gleam of hope. But at the moment, I mean, I think he is he's gonna be a bit of a drag. He's gonna be a drag on the party.
Okay.
Pun intended.
So this is actually stolen from, I think, the Five Rings one too, but if you had a bit of advice for your character, what would it be?
I think you focus on the small. You don't, I realize the Immaterium's not going anywhere. That's not going to get you anywhere. Like, just forget about the Immaterium and kill that thing in front of you or whatever, whatever's going on. Focus on the now. Be in the moment.
Love it.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, how is Argarius different from you?
Well, in real life, I mean, I'm basically a pacifist, and
Rarely. I've known Jeff for 20 years. He rarely kills people.
Yeah, rarely kills people.
I mean, punches, but that's.
But not just that, like not only killing, but even just fighting, like that kind of thing. So,
difference of pacifist across the face, right?
Yeah,
He plays monks a lot.
I just don't see any very much use for violence in real life. So he's a very violent character. So I'd say that's where we're quite different.
If you had any advice for your character, or had a piece of advice for Argarius, what would it be?
Oh, man. Probably to forgive yourself.
Okay.
I mean, that'd be my thing.
Gezrael. Gezrael. Oh, sorry, Gezrael. John, how is Gezrael different from you?
Well, the biggest thing that jumps to mind immediately is like the whole replacing bits of yourself to improve yourself. Totally not anything I would ever consider to do in real life. Freaks me the hell out. But the other thing is he doesn't really pick up on social cues very well, and he, to a certain point, is a bit amoral about what he kills. It's part of the mission. I mean, he's calculating and and just go for it.
Okay.
I overthink things quite a lot.
Okay. And if you had a bit of advice for Gezrael, what would it be?
Slow down, enjoy the moment, and try to make connections without pursuing some kind of bigger. Enjoy the moment is basically what he needs to do, because what his personality is, he needs to see forward momentum when he just needs to experience it.
Okay. Dave, how is Xavier different from you?
Well, he's definitely more cool-headed and decisive and trouble-taking risks. I've thrown it all to the wind and on love and taken those chances and whatnot. And I used to be a real hothead. I used to be like a total fighting machine. Unlike Jeff, I had like 3 or 4 fights by grade 8 with like significant fight in the middle of class. So but I would tell him to stop regretting the past and just you be peace with the decisions you made. You did the best you could with what you had.
Okay. And then James, how is Sister Severina different from you?
Well, Sister Severina is a very religious, fanatical person, and as you know, I'm kind of at the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah. If you had a bit of advice for Sister Severina, what would it be?
What the hell? Go for it, babe.
Whatever it is.
Live that dream.
Love it. Okay, then, guys, is there anything else that we all should know about your characters before we get into the actual action?
Oh, did I mention he's really chatty when he's in combat?
That's going to be always over the butt as well, so... Because he's a sniper, right?
Like non-stop walks chatter, and you'd be like, shut up, we're in the middle of a fight. It's like, yeah.
We have different channels on the Vox. We can kind of.
You can definitely mute it. Yeah. Sorry, he's cutting out.
Yeah.
Oh, guess you don't want your Overwatch to tell you what's going on. All right.
So, guys, talking about the team being brought together, do they have a name for the party in this game? I can't remember. It's not like Kill Team or something like that.
Right.
Like the other games do have like names.
Right.
Let's see. Is it just party, I wonder? I'll take a look at the GM section, because it probably would reference the group of players then. Because it's such a broad game, I bet you, a specific name for the party would be group. Yeah. I don't.
I thought you were talking like a name, like like the flame-throwing bullfrogs or something.
Oh, yeah. No, just like.
Oh no, you're talking about like how we would refer
Like
to
a
game,
like
game
cell.
terms.
Sometimes in the other games they call it a cell or a war band. Or,
like there was the explorers in
right.
the other
Wolfman.
agents in Imperium Maledictum. I don't see one here. Not in the GM section, at least. But so it means we get to play whatever we want. Then, what do we think? The team, the squad. What do we think? Let's take a look at the Valve Absolution. See what the force. What do they call it? Force structure.
The squad? Hey.
Because I'm wondering if they would give you a name different from what the Space Marines use to reference that you're actually not part of the Purifiers.
Uh-huh.
Right? What if they called you the Auxiliary?
Yeah. Seems
Yeah. Okay.
seems Space Marine-ish without being,
Yeah.
Seems
Whatever the
about right.
Latin for auxiliary is,
Right.
you know.
Right.
Let me rephrase that. Whatever the bad Latin translation would be.
Just put OUS on the end and everything.
That's where it comes from. Auxiliary works.
There we go. Once again, rather be lucky than smart. So then, who do you think was the one who brought the auxiliary together? Was Sister Severina asked to bring this together? We know that Xavier and Lucianus were part of the fleet, and we know that Sister Severina is from. Oh, Jeff, did we determine if your guy was from? Well, you're from another world, aren't you? So you're part of the fleet as well.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. So then, yeah, you're getting a sense of what the off-world ecclesiarchy is here, and it actually kind of makes sense that you might be the one in charge of the auxiliary, Sister Severina, because you're a local. In between Gezrael and Sister Severina, you've got two of the major factions represented that are important within the Gilead system. Does that work?
Yep.
Okay. How do you guys feel about working for the private captain then? Akahira's Auxilia. Love it. Yeah, that's great.
Alliteration. I love it.
Thank you, Stanley. Totally. My predisposition towards it is definitely rooted in comics. How does
I
everyone...
have questions. I think I view him a little. I'm skeptical. Since I'm a pessimist, I'm skeptical, and I have questions. I'm just uncertain of his approach, or like what he's about.
Okay. How do the rest of you guys feel about being part of the Auxilia?
Well, Gezrael sees him as an actual authority figure, and rightful authority figure in the area, and it's far better to work with him than anybody else. So.
Yes, at least he's got a military background like the others. Oh, can you imagine working for a rogue trader or a pirate? Oh my god.
An elf pirate, Eldar pirate.
They get involved with politics.
Awesome. Then, any last bits we need to talk about, guys? Anything we need to know about your characters? Any questions about what you need to do yet? And I think the Auxilia is together. So, then we will be doing... We'll do... John and I were talking before, so the war gear that you got as your archetype, you'll start with that, and then we'll let you make a requisition roll at the start of next session.
I saw something in there about advanced gear, war gear.
That's if you're using the advanced character generation, you're making something from scratch.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Then... Oh, trinkets, guys. Guys, we need trinkets.
Yes.
Hold on. We need to roll trinkets. Where is the trinkets table?
Does the quality of your initial weapon equal the same quality as the one you swapped out for?
I don't believe so, unless it expressly says. Because what that talent set is, you can swap out your starting weapon for one of those other ones. If it says it's a fine or whatever the quality thing is, then you would get that. But otherwise, I don't think so, no. Okay, where the hell...
Trinkets 247.
247, awesome. Okay. Sean.
Oh. Yes.
Whoosha, there is one. What do we got here? 1,
D66.
3. No, but there's 3 tables. Give us a D3 roll, and then a Route 66 roll. Remember, just roll the regular 2d6 for that, and we'll read it 10-digit, 1-digit. If you roll a D66, it'll give us results that don't show up on the table. So a D3, and then 2d6, please. 12. Lucionus, you... Oh, this is interesting.
Sorry, I heard you say John. I read.
No, sorry.
I rolled.
Oh, you rolled.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm whatever. I'm open to whatever.
Well, then the reason this is what I read as your first roll here, because
Yeah.
a file of soil from your home world.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Because
what is it?
this would be a little vial of soil from your home world as your trinket.
Hmm. Yeah.
That work?
Yeah.
So why
Yes,
don't
sir.
you give us a roll for what John's character has? A D3 and a 2d6.
Fair's fair, John. Fair's fair. 1d3.
3.
2d6.
The combat tab does have a D66 button.
Nice.
Oh.
You have, interesting, John, an exhaustive phrase book translating common phrases between multiple dialects of Low Gothic.
That's perfect for his low fellowship score.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
And then
What is this damn acronym? What is this freaking...
to keep things rolling, who is going to roll for Jeff's? Either Dave or James.
Yeah, we all have to shop.
I'll take one. Jeffrey, you can be angry with me later. It's all
A
good.
D3 and a 2d6, please. 1. And a 64. An unread message from someone important to you.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I know exactly what that is.
That's perfect.
Amazing. James, would you kindly give us a D3 and a 2d6 for Dave's trinket? Two. And 32. A sealed, translucent box containing a metallic liquid. The liquid splits and moves to avoid your direct gaze. Where'd you get that there, Xavier?
I don't know. I'll have to figure that one out.
And then, since you were so eager to roll, John, why don't you give us a D3 and a 2d6 for Sister Severina? 3 and a 41. Sister Severina, you've a notched hourglass filled with the ruddy sand of Mars.
Wow.
Yeah, that is the home of the Mechanicus.
Yeah.
How the hell did you come by that? An hourglass with the sands of Mars in it. Is that the only thing you got left from your
lack
parents?
Of engagement with Mars, that must have been in some bargain tourist store, I guess.
Oh, okay. Was it a trinket that you keep? I think there might be like a narrative metacurrency you get back with your trinkets, the way it does in some of these other ones. Is that the only thing left from your parents, maybe? You said you were orphaned, right?
Yeah. It could be that. Could be that. Let's go with that. That's a good idea.
That might give you some interesting connection to what is it? I can't remember the name of the first planet.
Enoch.
Avacarus?
Okay.
Because you're from here, right?
Yeah, I'm from
Yeah, and
Enoch.
Avacarus is the Forge World. So excellent, guys. You satisfied with the characters you'll be playing?
Turned out pretty good.
Yeah. Good.
Find the picture.
How do you think this one compared to the character generation of the other 40K games we've played? You haven't made a character in Imperium Maledictum yet, but
It's a lot easier.
Oh, this was easier, was it?
Yeah.
I would have made a character in Imperial Maledictum if you hadn't corrected me that we were playing Wrath and Glory.
Yeah, Dave, we have to play Imperial Maledictum at one point, guys, because Dave has picked up Imperial Maledictum now. So, I mean, twist my fucking arm.
And I was starting to read the book, and I was starting to look through the character gen stuff, and Kev's like, "Oh no, we're playing Wrath and Glory." I'm like, "All right, okay." That away.
We're doing charge end of IM in 2 weeks by.
Oh,
Happy
nice.
Chance.
For the Thursday group?
Ingolf and
Nice.
Oh, awesome. That's a great game, too. I'm really looking forward to seeing this one. I really do like the template system. I hadn't really turned my mind to it when I run this a couple times before. It's fucking cool how many different options you've got. Cool. Any closing thoughts then, guys, before we call this a session?
Looking forward to playing.
Yeah.
Yep.
What could possibly go wrong in the, demon-choked single system? It's going to be great.
Chaos Reign. That could go wrong.
Big time.
Yes. All right, then, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for this character creation and campaign creation session. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the game, or the campaign we put together, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. There's also a link in the description of this video to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where we have a channel dedicated to the many Warhammer games we run on the channel, as well as things like Find a Group, GM discussion, virtual tabletop chat, the other campaigns we run on the channel. There's a terrific, helpful, knowledgeable, and friendly community over there. You're more than welcome to join us. There's also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and auto-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have an incredible selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and auto-print RPGs. Like, I don't know what, Dave, what might you find at Noble Knight? Oh yeah, Death Watch you'd get from Noble Knight Games. If they don't have something in stock in their extensive catalog, you can put it on a want list, and they'll send you an email when it comes in. And if you make a purchase of $10 or more through their website, be sure to enter the code NobleMuser. It's listed in the description of the video. All caps, all one word. It'll save you 10% on any purchase of $10 or more. That discount code will change as of October 15, 2025. So if you're listening to this after that time, just come back to one of our more recent videos. You'll see what the current discount code is there. The last thing I will say is a huge thank you to our stalwart, grim and perilous, I guess some of you guys are perilous, grim and perilous players. So, Sean, Jeffrey, John, Dave, and James, thank you so much for playing tonight, guys. I am really impressed with the characters we've come together with, and I look forward to putting them through the ringer in 2 weeks' time. So, for those listening at home, we'll be back in 2 weeks' time. But until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that are besetting our heroes in the grim and darkness of the far future. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.
See ya.